All right, let's go ahead and fucking party, everybody. I am right on time. I'm a wizard. A wizard's always on time when he feels like being on time. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are all you nerds doing? All right, as much as I like fucking We Are Japanese Goblin, I'm gonna put that bad boy off for a while. How's everyone doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me say hello to all of you fine nerds. Hello, Ars. Congratulations on your first. Hello, Fox. Assuming the power stance is having exactly 69 daily elf cards. Hello, Fia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Soldat. I'm approximately on time. Hopefully, everyone's having a good time. I am doing great. I am doing great. Things have been good. I've been spending basically. It's weird for this stream. Also, Dasher. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing as well? How you doing as well? So, my thought with this is that like I didn't want to do any prep when it comes to the actual stream. I mean like the session. But I did a lot of prep around that with some funky little widgets and woozits and whatnot. Also, hello Neil and hello nobody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Did the Discord not did I forget to do hold on. No, I'm a fucking idiot. That's all my bad. Ha 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 ha. There we go. I always like the it's a test and you pass to see if anyone checks out Discord words. Oh, I was doing so much shit today that I forgot like the one thing that kind of is important if people come to my stream that I did stuff for. But yeah, very good news, and you can test these. I'm gonna throw you. I'm gonna grab you by the ankles. I'm gonna chuck you. But how's it going? Your boy is in the. I had a very productive call in the middle today. Your lad was going to be getting themselves a very spicy sponsorship, which details will be coming soon, and I will let you know. I am very excited for it. And it's not competing with anything Squids does, so yay! Interests are still maintained. And hello, Chieftain. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, double sponsor elf. I know, right? A long time ago when I was like, I'm a little creature doing minis and whatnot. I didn't think this would ever happen to me, but it did. How spicy? Spicy is it's a very useful sponsorship. I think a lot of us will get things out of it. I definitely have already. But yeah. And hello, Rowdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? You got the 9 part. You got the 9 of the 69. You just gotta get that funky little backwards upside down 9. But yeah, I've been doing that. I worked on been working on terrain, been working on building some Terminators, uh, been working on the Dreadnought, which has gotten an oil wash and it's been sealed, and I need to do some like highlights, and I got these little laser effects I got to prime. You'll get that 60, I believe. I believe. This is also a stream where I should definitely ingest a cough drop because it's gonna be like all reading and speaking. Get into this. Yeah, finally, I'm legitimately, unironically, in the age of the internet where it's now. I have to imagine everyone that uses Adam and Eve is like a boomer to some degree. Because like I feel like if you're gonna get like boner accessories, I feel like there's gotta be better places for it than that. Like I feel like that's like going to Walmart to get your sex toys, and that's like I don't think you should be doing that. I feel like you gotta treat yourself like at least a little bit. Nah, I wouldn't want that anyway. But yeah, I should probably I think we have an ad break coming up soon. So I'm a like vape, not vape, vamp. It's like wasting time. There we go. Yes, I'm gonna waste all your guys' time for about a minute, and then I'll make sure that everybody gets their stuff in there. Bartimus Prime, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing as well? How you doing as well? Hmm. I've been taking a lot of pictures too. Honestly, yesterday was really good. I did the thing where my body was like, "You're gonna nap now, Hal." And I was like, "Oh man!" But I didn't sleep the entire day away. I just did an hour, and that kind of powered me for nonsense. All right, there we go. Ad break is going. So I can. I think when I run it, it just delays the natural ads or disables pre rolls. I don't think it actually gets rid of them on the timeline. I have them set for the minimum amount of time though. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back. Okay, there we go. Yay, we're back. All right. I should explain what the fuck today is going to be, because today is going to be one thing, but it's also going to be another thing, which is the dumbest way I could have phrased that, but hear me out. Um, so there is a game. Also, hello, Headless. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Should you buy the Meta Quest now? Oh, you should. You should. I think I would like a 3D headset one of these days, but I also don't have like a good 3D model, and I don't really have any ideas for 3D content really. So I feel like it would just be setting money on fire that I could use for like a better camera lens or like some other nonsense that would help with the stream. How you doing, Headless? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I should. I'm gonna explain what the fuck we're doing tonight. So this is Goblin with a fat ass. Yeah, Goblin with a fat ass. It is a role playing game, surprisingly, made by the guy who did like Lancer, Kill 6 Billion Demons, Icon, which I have not played Icon at all. What else did he do? Like the Metal Gothica, something like that. He's got like a new war game coming out. Well, it's already out. I just haven't actually like sat down and looked at it yet. I have not purchased myself a fine PDF where PTFs are there. If you read like Cloaca Clock or something like that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta not do that. How's it comment? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Absolutely not goblin consuming. I mean, if I'm feeling hungry, I might, but I'm not feeling hungry right now. I'm very full. But yeah, so it's this game, but also, in addition to just playing a game, I thought it would also be a neat opportunity to like show you some of the processes I do. I'm a very like loosey goose take like bullet point note GM, but I think it might still be potentially interesting to see kind of what nonsense I like to do. So I have like a couple of different tabs for toggles and stuff. I worked on a bunch of like little movement toggles. So check this out. So sure, Obsidian is up. So I can show you the notes I'm going to be writing at. So yeah, I put one instruction there, and there will be more. Don't worry. I spent way too much time making these like little fucky shifty things. The move plugin has honestly been a game changer in my life, and it's been very very good. Then there is the setting, which basically a lot of this game is randomly generated because it's a one shot game at heart. A lot of one shot games. Oh yeah, there's a plugin for OBS called Move that lets you like shift things around when they move. But like if there's an object on one scene that's on the right, and then you go to a different scene that's on the left, the object's on the left, it'll go ahead and like swoosh the items. Like right now, that all that text exists, but it's off the screen right now. So then when I switch over there, oh yeah, one shots are great for those kinds of charts. This one does not have as many charts as probably what I think is a gold standard in one shot charts, which is made. But also I believe that like this is kind of like I have to assume that that Tom Bloom / Orbital Dropkick. I don't know which one. I know Tom Bloom's their like actual name that they put on things. But I don't think they've actually put their name on this other than it just being on their Twitter. But anyway, I think the idea that this was sort of like it's a shitpost game, yeah, but B, it's supposed to be kind of like one of those like rules light. Like you could technically put all this on one piece of paper. You wouldn't need to fill front and back. So there's mostly just like a set of like a bunch of small D6s that add up to one thing instead of like the made chart, which is 1d66, which sounds weird, but it's one of those like it's effectively a lot of games that are D6 based but want to have a bunch of charts like that will be in the base 6. So it's like one like the tens digits like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or so one's is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it increments to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it does I'm overcomplicating the math, but you guys kind of know what I mean. Hmm. I mean, when it comes to D&D, I will say a lot of D&D makes random generation kind of well. It depends on which edition of D&D. I will say that because like a lot of them, a lot like newer stuff, I believe probably has too many moving parts. Oh, oh dear lord, no! 3.5 is an awful system for I think for a lot of random generation. I don't think that's a good like. Arguably, once you go back into like OSR territory RPGs, I think that's kind of where you could really get that going. That's where this sort of thing would shine. But, hmm. But yeah, no, I don't think 3.5 is a good way to do that. But yeah, I can go ahead and put the we can go ahead and roll for the setting of this. And I'll go ahead and put that on the screen so you guys can see like all the options. Like I said, this is a very condensed game. And as far as Element, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm showing off the wonderful world of Goblin with a fat ass. Um, a lot of it, like when it's playing with chat, there's going to be a system where you all can control the goblins, which I will explain when it is time. I should probably disable that in the meantime, so none of you like waste your channel points. I'm gonna disable that before anybody loses a bunch of points they don't want to get back. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, so first off, basically what you have to do is we have to roll a scenario, and yeah, I just don't want you to waste points if you don't have to. I mean, if you want to waste points, I have plenty of other redeems for wasting points. So yeah, so like I said, a bunch of different D6s, and I think I will be rolling these. Unless we want to do a thing where it's like pick two results, like and then like I could roll a D6 twice and let you guys vote on the result. Actually, that might be fun. All right. So the way it starts is the rich person, because the entire thing about Goblin with a fat ass is that it's effectively a heist game. It actually, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it shares a lot of like DNA. Quarter way to throwing me outside. Oh damn, you have a lot of fucking points in. Holy shit. Well, it's like in terms of like how the dice system works and the general premise, it's very similar in a lot of ways. I mean, I love Blades in the Dark, so maybe this is also another reason I want to run this. Um, but yeah, it's it's a game. Yeah, oh yeah, it's basically specifically places that will go ahead and make things chaotic. So we're going. Let's start rolling some d6s. Let's start rolling some d6s. I got the result at the very top, so we're gonna go. Let's do 2d6. We're gonna make this a collaborative experience. And I rolled two ones. Okay, no, okay. One of them will be the mayor, obviously, and the other will be a retired war criminal. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Who we robbing? The mayor or retired war criminal? We'll go ahead and set that to a minute. Mm. Both of them are good options. The war criminal gives you like probably a steady place in Argentina. Probably. There's a lot of war criminals hiding out in a lot of different countries, though. To be fair, yeah, the war criminals. I find the simplicity of the mayor to be pretty appealing as well. There's just something about like who are you running from? You know, just the mayor. He's just there. He's just got a mustache. He's just doing mayor activities more or less. Oh, see, we're currently neck and neck though, neck and neck between retired war criminal is winning out. It is winning out, which is going to be very good, and it's gonna be interesting to see how these tie together as well. How retired. Um, I think basically probably like I said, I'm gonna show off my process for how I generally kind of think of game stuff while we're doing this. And oh, you fucks decided to tie at the last minute. I see how this is gonna be. I see how this is gonna be. Well, fuck you. I'm going to go ahead and executive vote. I'm gonna do the mayor. I'm gonna do the mayor. I like I said, little bit of personal bias. There's something classic about the mayor. So we're gonna put that in there. And then I think I'm gonna wait till I collate all these notes and I'm gonna bring them back into my actual notes, and then we'll go ahead and I'll kind of like show you the brainstorming process. So then now we gotta do a location. It's rigged. I gave you fuckers had the option not to tie. I will say the tie is on all of you. If you did not want the mayor to be voted for, all of you could have voted for one singular one. Get wrecked, nerds. Get wrecked. All right, let's do the location as well. We have a gala on the mayor's mansion or a secret underwater base. Ooh, all right, let's get another poll going. All right, new poll. Location. Let's see. Mayor's mansion Underwater base. All right, let's get that going. Hello, Despin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? We are rolling shit for yeah, I know. The locale is rolled. That's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now. I rolled a D1 and a D4 if you look at the top left. As well as like there's screen real estate is going to be a bit of a premium tonight, which is why I have a lot of things that kind of like swoosh around and whatnot. So that's definitely going to be a thing. Oh, underwater base is winning by a significant like a pretty big margin, so far, which is nice. Once again, while the mirrors would be classic, you don't see a lot of underwater stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm rolling 2d6 and I'm letting you all choose between two options. That's kind of the dealio I'm going for. So hello, Prim. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are just in time to vote for where the location is going to be for this. And it's looking pretty handily the underwater base is winning, so I'm cool with that as well. All right. Underwater base. This is going to stretch hideously, but that is fine. There we go. I can always resize shit too. That's fine. So yeah, that's what that is what I'm doing. Yes, you are correct about the rolling 2 and taking whatever you guys vote for. All right, what are we robbing? So we got some other good options. The Mayor's secret underwater base. When there was no land left to Mayor, I went deep beneath the ocean where I could also. I like. Okay, so this is going to be let's take a little detour into the note process. So so I'm gonna let's see. Usually when I'm like thinking about stuff, I'll do like scratch ideas. See, you guys will also see I have no spelling. I have no ability to spell. Auto spell takes care of me because I am a bad speller. So a lot of times when I'm just like brainstorming things, I'll think of like kind of ways to kind of go with that. So yeah, I mean that's also another option too. If you guys have suggestions, I can put that in there. So it could be like pirate mayor, or maybe totally normal human mayor, like maybe like merfolk village. Like basically like just like a bunch of like mer people underground. There's just like one human mayor in like a fucking like diving suit. And that's not something like we need to be like super gung ho about like filling out like right now. Just sometimes like if you have a good idea for like when you're playing some tabletop stuff, I do a lot of my tabletop planning when I'm driving, like because like my brain is allowed to. Maybe saying my brain is allowed to wander while I'm driving is a little iffy considering I'm behind like a gigantic wheel, but not like big old metal block that's going really fast. Yeah, that's true. It depends if we want to go pirates as an occupation or pirates as basically a species. When I say pirates as a species, I feel like you all know what I'm talking about. Where it's like legitimately like a pirate and a normal person could have kids, and then the little baby would come out with an eye patch and you'd be like, what the fuck just happened? It's like, yeah, genetic pirate. No, that's not racist. It's pirate. I said nothing implies anything else. It's just pirate. That's fine. That's fine. You're overthinking this. Like clowns, exactly. See? Exactly. All right, listen. We have some advanced people here in chat. Everybody knows. All right. God damn it, I rolled 2 5s. I'm gonna roll another D6. All right, 3. So what are we robbing? The options are the world's most expensive dog or the hand of King Midas. Ooh. Ooh. These are good options. What we stealing? World's most expensive dog. The rare underwater dog. Or the hand of King Midas is pretty baller. Hand of King Midas. All right. Let's go ahead and get that rolling as well. Half pirate, half goblin. That's a very powerful lineage. No, you are as per the rules of the game, you are goblin with a fat ass. That is the type of goblin you are. Deep in your heart, you know that you're a goblin with a fat ass. If we're stealing the dog, it's to kill it. I mean, you could sell dog steak, I guess. You could delicious dog meat. Ooh, this is another neck and neck one. The pirates. Behold, it's the most expensive dog because it's the only one that can walk with 4 peg legs. I have seen little things of like like you know when dogs get what's it called, like little wheelchair butts. You know what I mean when I say wheelchair butts? Like, effectively, they have, like, a wheelchair, like, wheel harness for their back legs because 'cause they're missing, and they just run with their front legs, and then the little wheelchair in the back goes really, really fast. Well, it doesn't matter anyway because we got the hand of King Midas, baby. Now, I'm gonna be real. Let's go back to the notes. Let's go back to the notes. The mayor is definitely a pirate. The mayor is definitely a pirate because, like, think about it. If you're a pirate, what is a better treasure than a hand that turns everything to gold? I know, right? That's primo pirate property right there. So we're gonna that definitely leaning onto the idea that he's a mayor. I mean that makes a lot. I mean if he's a pirate, he's 100% a mayor. I can't unmayor the mayor, but he's definitely a pirate. All right, next section we get to see it, it's maybe that's why he got lazy too. Oh he definitely has a gold hook hand for certain. He definitely has a gold hook hand from touching that at one point. And if you want to touch other things, you just stick your hook into it. You just stick your hook into the back and just kind of like wiggle it around, you know. I mean, as a group of goblins, you can definitely unmare the mayor. I feel like that's a thing. All right, now we're rolling for what is guarding the um like what is guarding the hand. I also like that it implies that there's definitely numerous and poorly paid guards. So, not just guards, but vicious anti-goblin attack wyverns or goblin-hating pirate mercenaries. Now, in the interest of fairness, I will put that up. I feel like I know where the wind is going to be blowing on this one. Where it's going to blow the man down. What do you mean bonk alert? This whole game is a bonk alert. It's literally about goblins with fat asses. Like, I don't know if we can get much bonkier. Hey, that's just what the dice be, baby. Also, for some reason, the cutoff is... Oh, that was because it was adding the numbers together. A bigger hand. Oh, just like the one was like the fucking like the wall hands that will like pick you up and just drop you outside the dungeon. I fucking hate those things. Yep. Oh god, everybody's voting for pirate mercs. It just makes sense. Like everybody, listen. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Yeah. Wall masters, exactly. Just makes sense. It's that's just science and math at work. I realize I say that a lot. The joking is just science and math at work, like all the time. Not competes with floor masters. Well, you definitely don't want to hear about the I'm trying to think. That's ceiling master. Ceiling master is kind of be expected. What's like corner master, like cupboard master, something like that. You need like someone really dumb to put a hand, to, like really put the fear in people. All right, and then what is it locked inside? I guess I put the safe room, but it's technically more like the box that this bad boy's gonna go in. All right, we got a. Why keep rolling a one? Okay, okay. All right. So the two options for this are a glass room over lava. There we go. And an exploding case. There we go. Uh if held by exploding goblin case. There we go. Exploding goblin case. I cannot spell case. It's a four-letter word. Lava's always a good choice, to be fair. Auto-ejected, causing the party split. Ooh, yeah. Then again, I think I've only used it, like, in the context of Zelda. The idea of using it, like, there are RPG monsters that are, like, I remember there's, like, a ethereal slime in the Fiend Folio 3.5 that I really liked. It's a real fucky monster, though, because what it does is that, like, it eats you while it's invisible, and then it drags you to the ethereal plane to digest you. And all your friends are like, where did Jerry go? And Jerry's screaming, but no one can hear him because he's on the ethereal plane while he's slowly getting liquidated. What's that, Mr. Personality? Welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, fuck, you're right. My bad. Uh, I'm pretty sure glass room over lava is gonna win anyway. I don't know, the Torment Nexus, that sounds cool, but yeah, I think we're gonna do the glass room over lava. I think we're doing that. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get that. That's my bet. Oh, also, I forgot to drink. Got some green gamer caffeine, so I'm doing great. And ah, excellent. Oh, and then we got the box. Last room over lava. There we go. All right, so we have our things. Is it perchance Mountain Dew? No, no, it's powdered gamer energy nonsense. So let's go ahead and pull the notes up. All right, let's also get rid of this. We don't need this little rule thing. Right now, we are going to be making the Goblin soon. Probably like a little bit in the beginning of the stream is going to be a lot of rolling for Goblin stuff, so that's fine. That's fine. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our notes because this would be good to do that. Because summon the Doobot. I will ban the Doobot. The Doobot's a very stupid promotion because it's like, hello, fellow kids. I am a robot. I am not here to advertise Mountain Dew. I am cool. Would you like to be on front page of Twitch? I am Mountain Dew Robot. And it's like, I don't like the idea that my chat is being constantly monitored by big Mountain Dew AI, hoping to score free publicity from me without paying me a fucking dime. No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. All right, so let's go ahead and get everything on there. So we got our perimeters, mayor, underwater base, um, Hand of King Midas, protection, pirate mercs, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and begin to kind of formalize the ideas. So basically, what we want to do is we kind of want to synthesize all these parts. We're pretty sold on the idea of pirate mayor, pirate town. So I'm thinking kind of like what's it called, like it's just Steve Buscemi bot. No, Steve Buscemi bot. I know nothing about Steve Buscemi bot, but I like it better. Yeah. We don't know for certain that Mountain Dew is not the feds. We don't 100% know that that those cans are not glowing, but it's still it's a weird thing to do. It's a weird thing to do. I think it's Mountain Dew just like some exec learned the word AI and just basically hired someone to code up like a little stupid bot thing. I don't even know how much it actually uses AI. Supposedly it detects pictures of Mountain Dew. Supposedly it detects pictures of Mountain Dew on your screen, which is the dumbest shit ever. I don't know if it'd be better or worse if the global Pepsi Corporation started buying a lot of government nonsense. Anyway, though, that's not here or now. So I'm thinking the way we synthesize this as a way to kind of like blend the ideas together as a GM, something workable. So we're really heavy on the pirates, and considering that this is a heist game, I'm thinking maybe like a Tortuga-ish place. So it's like effectively a pirate city. I'm thinking like half of that is up top, and then maybe like the like once you get to the mayor, that's when the cool shit gets underwater. So it's like pirates city up top, and then maybe like I'm gonna be going a little bit behind the scenes because like I mean a lot of this is just gonna figure out how you nerds are gonna get around it. The pirate city up top, underwater base under mayor's office, something like that. Something like that. Won't necessarily be the mayor's office. Honestly, a lot of times it's like oh, so I am graying, so I don't have any cans of anything in my house right now. It's simply like Bonadura. I don't know. I don't know if Mountain Dew has that kind of creativity yet. I bet. I think I could find like somewhere out there like a recorder. Oh no, I did play recorder versions of the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. Back when I did the Sid Meier's Pirates game. Oh god, this is just international talk like a Pirate Day 2 all over. Oh dear god. So I think as a way to kind of like, because you also want to tie the PCs together in general. Like the idea of like four separate PCs being made individually with zero input, just kind of showing up and they're like, we're best friends now. That doesn't, that's never really worked right with me personally. I like kind of having like a thematic tie-in. So I also believe the goblins should also be pirates, but like shitty pirates. like effectively like a Captain Jack Sparrow is pirate, where it's like you have like a boat that's mostly taking on water. You got no money, but you know what you do got? Gusto and four fat asses. Oh god, this comic is definitely on some Boros somewhere. Somewhere on some website this comic already exists. This already fucking exists. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So that gives us enough to work with. This works up. You're allowed to clip that. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Listen, you're the premise. You're shitty pirates. Uh you have no money, but you've heard tales that the mayor has a treasure that will make infinite money. And you're like, your goblin brains are not, they do not think of consequences. Uh, but they're like, I would like infinite money. Oh, I forgot to put my apron on too. I would like infinite money. There we go. 4 large cakes. Excellent. Excellent. I mean, once again, I have to iterate that this game is called Goblin with a fat ass. And I think to really hammer that home, let's begin rolling characters, everybody. Let's go ahead and roll. Oh, this is too big now. Let's scoot that off the side. Let's roll some characters. So you'll notice that at the very, very bottom, I have four. What's it called? I have four little character sheets. What's up, Matthew? Yeah, you made it right on time. We've rolled for session info, but we are now rolling for Goblin. The king mid ass. He had the most mediocre ass, but was blessed with magical gold. So yeah, I named them in advance, but you can change the names. These are just placeholder names. Instead of friends after me doing a quick district. As you were with his brother. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's a nice little thing to kind of like, because at the very least, if there's something like that, there is some backstory element to that, which is which like there's something as opposed to just everybody's PCs now. Yay! What's up, Matthew? Thank you for the sub. Yeah, it's Ask Goblin time. We can keep the names too. I just needed it's I just put it there as an example. So let's go ahead and check this out, everybody. Whoop! Oh god damn it! This one, that size is a bit fucked. So we have the goblins, Gorbo, Goblin, Gil, and Giblets, whatever. And we're gonna be rolling for class stuff for them. The pictures, what I'm doing is that these are actually these are from a company called Twin Goddess Minis. They have probably the most thick goblins that we possibly can get in miniatures. And my thought is that I probably will paint a goblin tomorrow. I might just get one of like whichever one is like the most special goblin out of these, the fan favorite, and I might print that and paint it tomorrow for the mini painting stream. So yeah, no, they got a lot. Literally, their thing is like cute goblin ladies. So we're gonna begin rolling for these, and so the thing is with this, some of these I will roll once, and you all will just have to deal with the roll. For example, ass. Other ones for like, actually no, basically for like skills and whatnot. I will go ahead and roll twice and let you guys vote. So we're gonna do with Gorbo. We're gonna start with Gorbo right now, as one does. And we are going to roll Gorbo's ass score. Are you ready? Are you ready to see the ass Gorbo is packing? So Gorbo, oh, this is actually probably good, like a nice mellow 3. And I should probably I'm gonna explain the rules as they go. So ass is actually a stat in this game. Is higher or lower better? Well, funny you should mention that because the answer is yes for both. So, as per the rules of Goblin with a fat ass, every time you do a risky move, you have to roll for ass. Every 1 you get is bad. Every 6 you get is good. So like, and 1s and 6s cancel out. So Gorbo has an ass of 3. Gorbo is going to pickpocket a guard. She rolls the check, succeeds. This is a different roll for actually doing the thing. But then Gorbo also has to roll ass. So Gorbo, let's say, rolls like a 2, 4, and a 1. The 1 means that something bad happens in addition to you successfully pickpocketing the guard. Like the guard doesn't notice, but then looks out like, oh shit, my keys are gone. Hey everybody, my keys are gone. Or something like that. It doesn't have to be like that bad. It also could be that Gorbo was just distracted by how shiny the keys are. Or maybe Gorbo accidentally like grabs onto the rings, the key ring, and the guard starts moving, so Gorbo has to like hang on for dear life in order to not get detected, so Gorbo cannot be used for other actions. So the stat is the number of dice to roll, yes, 100%. So yeah, an acid 3 is pretty solid. Oh yeah, let me just real quick. I can put the picture on screen to give you an idea of kind of what we're rolling while we're rolling for that. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. That's the wrong one. Oh, what? I accidentally deleted my rules reference. I don't like that. I should not be deleting my rules reference. No, that's bad. There we go. Let's do it this way. All right. So we're gonna go through this in order. I'll probably go ahead and just do this like in order of just like ass, class, 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 class. How you get that ass, girl, how you get that ass. How you get that ass is unironically a roll, and I forgot to put it on the screen. All right, so Gorbo has a thick stack of pancakes, if you will. There we go. It's that's a little bitty now. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mechanically, I think I haven't played the original Big Eye Small Mouth. I've only looked at the D20 version, which is a mistake. No one should play D20 Big Eye Small Mouth unless they have like a brain condition. It's not good. It's a system made to drive you insane. It's the Necronomicon, the Necronomicon with anime skin. It's awful. It's not good. All right. So also we can change the names at the very end. But so Goblin also gets an ass of 3. We're gonna get how about what we'll do actually? What we'll do. No goblin can have the same ass. I think that's fair. Oh no, Goblin has a firm. I like how even a 1 in this is still like a firm handful. So it's like you still got some butt. You still got some butt, but not like a whole lot. All right, there we go. All right, so Goblin has 1 ass. No, yeah, you can't share asses. Motherfucker, I keep rolling 3s. All right, Gil, or Jill, if we go by the GIF dichotomy, has an ass of 4, which is pretty spicy. It says you can still, oh, does it really? I may just, let's see. Oh, what you got? Okay, we'll roll them all, and then I'll let you choose whether we want to adjust this by 1 or 2. Like what? By how much we want to adjust once we roll for everyone. We'll do it that way. And then, all right, Giblets has got an ass of 2. All right, so let's go ahead and get that on the sheet. Let's go ahead and get that on the sheet. All right. Also for rules, if you have an ass of 0. You roll 2 ass dice and you take the lowest. Now, everybody, which is the rule that I almost missed. We can adjust the ass scores up or down by 1. What do you think? What ass scores should we adjust? What ass scores do you all want to adjust from this list? Like, we could bring Gil up to 5. I was like, hello, Amy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Boring. How dare you come to my stream and criticize Goblin ass? How dare you? How you doing? All right, we can do. You know what? We could bring Gills up to 5. We could definitely do that. All right, Gil has been adjusted. Do we also want to adjust every ass up? What you think? Bring it up to average. I'm not going to do a formal vote for this because I think it'd take too long. Is everybody in agreement of unilaterally increasing the ass scores of everyone by 1? So we could do that. All right, I'm seeing a couple results for mass thickening. -1 to. Oh no, the Irish are here. Fuck, run, scatter. All right, I'm sorry, Soldat. I believe that everybody but you is saying that baby need to get back. Yeah, I know this is called that. I'm playing with chat, so I want to be responsive to your needs. So that's why I'm incrementing all the ass scores by 1 as per the rules. Oh, Cat, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Just in time for the thickening. Architects have risen up. All right, there we go. Just a little bit of butter. It's fine. Elven bias due to lack of baked goods. Hey, I'll let you know that like, well, I like a personality. I'm when it comes to the eternal between the two, the big two, of chest and ass. I am a hometownsman for life. So, all right. So now what we're doing is effectively how you get that ass. So the way everything that's not an ass roll in this game, you roll a d6. You roll a d6, and what you want to do is get a 4 or higher. If you have a skill pertaining to that, um, if you have a skill pertaining to that, you get an extra die. So we're gonna roll for everybody, and this one we will do the 2d6 keep highest. So Gorbo, uh, ooh, okay. I think if I get 6, we're probably big natural is what's gonna go on there. So I'm not even gonna vote because 6 is technically just means a lot of them are gonna be big naturals. I might need to rethink this. I might need to rethink this a bit. All right, so there we go. We got ass. We got. I'm just gonna put plot because I think that's fun. Big naturals. What do you guys think between the all of the options we have right now? Of a life of leisure, maybe long years in the Goblin Wars, wizard accident, worked hard for it, or blessed by a nymph. We can choose 2 of these for how Gorbo got that ass. God, I love this RPG. It's the right level of dumb and actually worked. Why is skinny dipping a skill? It's very important. It's you never know. Okay, we can do worked for it. We can do work for it, and we get 1 more. Oh, sorry. That's it. That's all the ones on here right now. It's these 2. All right, yeah. Just to do, we'll do worked for it and wizard camp. Maybe something along the lines of like Gorbo. Oh, I need to like actually like flatten that a bit. Gorbo had like a good foundation and was like very like did a lot of exercise, but then some wizard is just like some fucking like old man wizard with like the bathrobe and the big gray beard was like, oh, I know what I can do. A little wizard mischief, kazoom! And then asses, and then asses formed. All right. So I think for all the other ones, I'm gonna roll 2d6. I'm gonna ignore further 6s. We're gonna ignore further 6s just to keep this not totally efficient. All right. So Goblin was either blessed by a nymph or the Goblin Wars. All right. See. So let's go and do a new poll. Goblin's but Goblin Wars or Nymph Blessing. There we go. Technically, our Goblin does not have a big ass. So, like, imagine a nymph like in this universe where asses are like an actual fucking metric you can have, and a nymph is like, here, fine, you can have 2. You can have slightly more than just a 1. Also, hello, Bonnie. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, we are right in the we are rolling for characters in Goblin with a fat ass, and we're currently rolling our various goblins. All right, it looks like Goblin Wars is winning up pretty good. Yeah, we got Jill. I'm gonna go back and forth because it's funnier that way. Has currently got a ass of 5, which is pretty good. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking that like a wars would give you a tight practical ass, if anything. Like it's a working ass. There we go. So we'll do plot Goblin Wars. So yes, anytime we would need to roll a skill pertaining to stabbing, biting, or spitting, uh Goblin will roll 2 dice for that. I think having a muscular ass, toned ass, is practical in the case of warfare. All right, now time for Gil. 2 and a 3. So Goblin Wars or Summer Camp? We just did Goblin Wars. Let's roll another one. So we'll do Wizard Camp and Nymph. There we go. This might actually be a good one for Nymph. This might be a good one for Nymph. Let's do a new poll. Gil, uh, Wizard Accident, or Nymph Blessing. I feel like this one would be good for Nymph Blessing, but I can also see ways that a wizard might have done it. Captain America's ass. I feel like didn't Captain America have like a pretty big butt for a dude? Like I don't know if his ass is practical or not, but maybe that might be an example. Yeah. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what yeah, looks oh yeah, everybody is some wizard just took the skinniest little frail goblin and is like, I have the super ass serum. I can make you a hero. Also, did they actually use it in the movie? I thought that was like a joke fandom thing that I had forgotten about, which could also be it. Also, I don't need extra sleep. How you doing? Welcome. We're rolling for goblin ass every nyan. Exactly. Oh, what a kind nymph. Is it weird that I'm also imagining the nymph as like the fucking Legend of Zelda like fairies, which I know technically they were like. It's weird because they were naked the entire time, like barely covering anything. But I don't think a lot of people were like, "Oh, they were spicy." Mostly, I think it's because they were terrifyingly polygonal. There we go. We'll do plot for nymph. So yeah, so Gil has the master of skinny dipping. That is kind of weird considering that you can bang a lot of things in Baldur's Gate 3, but not goblins. And goblins has probably been the biggest showing of female goblins in a video game ever, if I'm gonna be real. All right, so which ones we don't got yet, really? I think what I'm gonna do is because I think we basically more or less got like every other real combo that matters. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do the last one. The giblets will have a nice leisurely ass. I think that's a good one to do. On the bump ugly. I mean, a lot of people. Well, from what I understand, many doubt. Apparently, early on, that there was a bug that made people want to fuck too soon in Baldur's Gate 3, which I think they fixed. I don't know. I haven't like compared notes yet. So, all right, the next bit. We're rolling for classes. Yes, there are classes. Let's just list the classes. Fighters can roll ass to disarm opponents or smash non-reinforced objects. I mean, Lizelle, I think that was kind of intentional for her. Thief, you can roll ass to instantly steal any object that's not worn. This one is kind of stretched weird, so we're gonna make this a fit a bit weird just because there we go. Paladins can count your ass as 1 if you really feel like it. Then you got Goblin Warlock. You can curse someone with your ass to non-lethally take them out. For 1 minute, the clap of your ass will summon demons that will knock someone out. You have Bard. The Bard can roll ass to perform their instruments. There we go. So you can do fun instrumental ass things. There we go. I don't want to think of vacuum ass right now. I don't want to do that. You can be a priest. You can pray to a goblin deity to make a reroll. Okay, this always works twice. The third time or more, the deity may demand a price. Ooh, there we go. Excellent. It is definitely a work of art, but I think it's more of like what's this guy's name? Crumb. I don't remember his first name, but there was just this guy who would just draw like incredibly thick women, like ludicrously thick women, and because like there's people that want thick women. Like the concept of thick women now is like this is a lady with like a shapely body. Crumb is like once like I want like a 300-pound woman that I could like insert myself into her back fat and pilot her like a fucking mech. That's what Crumb was into. He liked himself a real thick bitch. Robert Crumb, thank you. That was gonna drive me nuts. We got Ass Barbarian. So Daze is a condition where you take penalties on your dice if you fuck up. This game doesn't have like a hit point system, which is good because it's for like comedic things. Like, oh no, like could a goblin get killed in this game? Maybe. But like that's not really the point. But yeah, you can use that to not get bapped as much. And then you can, wizard, you can roll ass to light things on fire. Excellent. All right, so now we're gonna begin rolling classes. We're gonna roll classes. Let me pull the list up because, all right, so we'll go ahead and go one at a time. All right, so 2d8. All right, so Gorbo, 8 or 12. So that would be a paladin or a thief for Gorbo. There we go. So let's go ahead and do that. Gorbo class, paladin, thief. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Let's just talk about. I don't want to think it's like a fire brat thing. No, I think it's more kind of like the way you would like light a match, where you would like strike something. I think it's just like your ass is just two pieces of like it's just like two stones hitting and like a spark comes out of your fingers. Science and wizardry, things that make sense. All right, I think. All right, okay, we got 0 for paladin, 1 for thief. I meant to say 2. I meant to say 2. Listen, I know what I said, but I wrote down mentally what I was meaning. Yeah, it's like Tinder. It's like Flint and Tinder, exactly. All right, we are 1-1. All right, this one is neck and neck. Let's see. Did I misspell? I probably misspelled thief too. I misspelled thief like a moron. Oh, paladin. All right. All right, so Gorbo is a paladin. So let's go ahead and get that for Gorbo. Excellent, fine. You're in ESL. Yes, my first language is tabletop RPG. My second language is English. That's not even like. I wish that were the case. Considering how often I mistype, I wish I could say I was ESL. No, baby, that's all me. That's all. I have nothing holding me back. It's just all self-induced issue. All right. So for Goblin, let's go ahead and get another poll. Goblin would be a barbarian or a bard. Ooh, there we go. Barbarian might fit this one actually. Well, I'll still put it to I'll still put it to a poll. So Goblin class, barbarian, bard. Excellent. We'll get that going. And then while that's going, what I can do is I have the thing up of Twin Goddess minis miniatures. So I have to see if there's like a paladin equivalent. I think I can find. I think luckily they do have a lot of minis that are like pretty nice and fantasy-ish. So I think I have a good one. I think I have a good one for Gorbo. Let's see. You gave the Gobbo wrong class. Nande. Which one did I do? Oh, I clicked the wrong sheet. Ah, that's fine. I'll fix that in a sec. I'll fix that in a sec. I see it. It turns out I have a lot of things going on right now. I have a lot of stuff. Do not worry though. I chose this pain. So yeah, all right. So I'm thinking this will be the mini for Gorbo. Excellent. Nice. Yeah. So Goblin will now be a barbarian. So I need to see how this is going to work on the sheets. I think this is going to look a little weird when I go to medium sheets. Yeah, it's going to look a little weird when I go to medium sheets. That's fine. Gil needs to be. If we want to make an executive decision just to make Gil a thief, I am not opposed to it. I am not opposed of making Gil just a fucking thief, if that is cool with everyone else. What do you guys think? I approve. All right, I will. This is another pro GM tip. Make decisions that like play with what your players are into. You know, I misspelled it again. God damn it. The clappity ass cheeks will alert the guards for 100%. All right, so then let's go ahead and roll for giblets real quick, and I'll go ahead and grab appropriate minis for everyone. So giblets will roll a 1 and a 6, which is a fighter or bard. There we go. That's okay. This is a good selection. You pull. Giblets class, fighter, or bard. Excellent. Yeah, these are some tough choices. These are some tough choices. All right, let's go ahead. And then while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and continue to grab some minis. One thing that I think is a helpful GM skill is just to be able to grab minis like whenever you need, like at the drop of a hat, or just not minis, just like pictures from the internet if you're doing like an online game. Yeah, Bard would make sense for at least. Yes, I could definitely see that. Bard seems to be winning. All right, I also luckily have a pretty good picture for. I'm also just gonna remove this now. This little. Oh no, there's more. There's more of this that could be needed, but I'm gonna stretch it over here. All right, I have a good Goblin picture as well. We're doing Goblin Jones. Prim, why? I agree, but also Prim. All right, check it out, everybody. This is Goblin. This would be Goblin. Clearly, I think that's very barbarian. I actually have that mini in my files too, which is very nice. I figure depending on who is sort of like the most fun one, I'll probably print them out. All right, then we gotta find a goblin thief from here, which I believe there are. I think there's a couple different. Oh yeah, no, I know what we could use for these. I know what we could use for these. We got a thief and then a bard. Legitimately, twin goddess minis are like really, like I said, very nice for very nice for many things. There we go. We could go for. But the funny thing is they do actually have a goblin bard, but it's more like little scrunkly goblin. I think I'm gonna go for this one that's technically an evil queen, but looks more like a looks more like a singer. All right, so let's go ahead and get Gil on here as well. Well, okay, how about this then? How about this? How about this for the thief? There we go. So made not Asterion, not Gale. I mean, there's just certain archetypes you hit. There's archetypes you hit, and lots of overlap with those. All right, then let me get this on here. Let me get this on here. All right, so this be our party. This be our party. I think if I put these in the appropriate spots. Hello, Snesok. Welcome. How you doing? How you doing? We are making characters in Goblin with a fat ass. The most game of all time. Let's put these in the right Goblin sections. So I think if we do it like excellent, there we go. I want them to all be a physical thing. I technically own 2 of these minis. It wouldn't be hard for me to get all of them to be get physical versions of all of these, which would be nice. All right, so it's Goblin in the right section, and how you doing, Snowsock? How you doing? I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. Uh-oh. God, some of the I will say there's definitely a little bit where like I haphazardly threw a lot of the graphics of this right before stream, and of course I am suffering from my own consequences. Oh, oh God, it's buried somewhere. Nomi D, Grass and Grotto. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing? How you doing? I am preparing characters for the greatest role-playing game of all time. Truly a that will change everything forever. But how you doing, Nomi? How you doing? If you do not know me, I am Halbernot the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. Though today I'm doing a little funky nonsense, which has been getting all these fucking things together. Goblin 4. All right, I think. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, let's see how that looks when I shift the medium. Cool. Excellent. Welcome. Yeah, there's a lot of ass in this game. Oh god, I gotta move this. Okay, that's good. Everything is kind of auto shifting where it is. So yeah, this will be the character sheets when they're not presented, and then I can kind of shift them around. I also might move it to a little bit, so once we get to this view, which I think I can just do that right now. It is. Luckily I made all these into funky little groups, so I think if I make it like this, so everyone can kind of see what they look like. I'll move that like boss gob. I'll explain what the boss gob is because that's going to be important for a couple things. That's a lot of enthusiasm then. Oh yeah, once again, if you want those minis, I believe like if you cannot 3D print yourself, I believe there's a lot of retailers that on like Etsy that have the rights to sell these. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is that there are pockets, which is just shit you have on you. Like legitimately, you just happen to have like a bunch of cool stuff on you, and that will dictate what you got. And I think just for the sake of speed, I think we're just gonna go ahead and roll. I mean, you could technically just take that. What's it called? You could technically just take this game and run whatever creature you want. Just because it says goblins, if you want to run dwarves with fat asses, no one can stop you. No one can legally stop you. I do like the idea of doing dwarves with fat asses, but it's just 4 hours of role playing about making a sword. For dwarves with fat asses, you have to divvy up payments for construction fees. Let's fucking go. All right. So let's just go ahead and roll randomly to see what everybody's got. And like I said, this one, I am not going to do the democratic thing because we could go a little quicker on this. We'll just do 46 down the line. Oh no, because I don't want dupes. I don't want dupes. So we got 2, 3, 6, and 1. There we go. Excellent. All right. So we got 2. So Gorbo happens to have Gorbo has number 2. So shiny stones. There we go. Excellent. Perfect. Flawless. Oh god. These sheets are so narrow, as in there was never really anything. I kind of made all the assets myself, so they're hella jank. All right. So 2, 3. All right. So Goblin has their booty slider. It could maybe go up during session. Meat pies and knives. There we go. Meat pies, knife, bigger knife. There we go. Rope. Excellent. So Goblin is prepared for war. How you doing, son? Welcome. We are rolling gear for our goblins in the hit game Goblin with a fat ass. Yeah, I mean you can even see Goblin in the mini is actually dual wielding. So if anything, the dice has spoken. I am doing good. We're going to be running an incredibly stupid game, and I'm very excited for it. So Gil has 3 pairs of shoes and sunglasses, overcoat, sandwich, and matches. There we go. Oh god. I'm gonna go ahead and just put like ... because there's a lot of stuff in there. So basically just assume that like Gil has the ability to disguise himself as a full person. It's got the whole like trench coat, glasses, like everybody walking around in a big person, and a sandwich, in case you get hungry. And then for number 1, which is a Giblet. Giblet has all right, a stethoscope? Okay. Hat. I'm gonna just put steth ... tape. Screw D. There we go. And booze. All right. We got it, everybody. We now have all of the stuff to actually play this game. Wow. I mean, honestly, this took ad is starting soon as well. So this took about an hour altogether, including rolling the session. But honestly, if there wasn't so much like goofity horseshit that I've introduced to the game, I feel like a group could knock this out in like 5 minutes, especially if every person is rolling their goblin individually, and then the DM is rolling for the session at the exact same time. You can definitely speed this in a way that's very, very nice. I'm trying to remember actually if I've ever had a meat pie before. I don't know if I have. They're just not very common where I'm at. I mean, I don't count chicken pot pie as a meat pie. Yes, it is a pie filled with meat. But I feel like when I say meat pie, you guys kind of get what I mean, Where it's like, okay, This is a like I said, this is a pie like a pie full of meat would be like a shepherd's pie? No, shepherd's pie I think are mashed potatoes. I don't know. Yeah, something like a steak pie. Exactly. 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 All right, we got ads going on, so we can use this to drink. Delicious gamer drink. I mean, I just don't live in an area with a steak pie with lamb and mashed potatoes. That does sound good. A shepherd's pie does sound fucking baller. I would like one. I would like one very much. Hmm. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. Just to also real quickly kind of set the scene based on what we rolled. The entire premise of the game is to rob the mayor. The mayor is in a underwater base. The target has the hand of King Midas, which is what you're trying to rob. It's protected by pirate mercs. And the box containing the hand of King Midas is in a glass room overhanging lava, which is very, very nice. And let me get like one more picture to set the scene. I'm just gonna get like a picture of like Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean. Excellent. I think that would be a good background that kind of sells like what this mood is going to be like. Mostly mince, a pastry, smashed potato. Does sound good though. That does sound very, very good. All right, got with the fat ass session photos. Excellent. So I know I want some too now. I'm upset. I'm upset that I do not have access to them. I like the way like if I pull up the notes, everything peaks down, but then when I go back, it peaks back up. All right, let me put that on the screen. Let me put that on the screen. I'm also currently using Roll20. I did buy a license for Foundry over Black Friday. I just have not had the time to play with it just yet, but I am very excited to play with it. Yeah, today we're doing a whole ass session. Yar har har. There we go. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the Roll20 thing where I take an image off the internet. I stretch it real big. This is from the Pirates of the Caribbean wiki, so I imagine it's probably from one of the games or something like that. Layer. We'll go ahead and move that to the map layer. Map layer. Layer. Do back. Then we'll go here. The reason we're going here is because of the chaos clock. So we need to make sure the chaos clock is available at all times. All right. So based on what we rolled, let's go ahead and set the scene. It is early in the evening in a quiet little, not even, sorry, not quiet. Quiet is the absolute wrong word for this. In a loud, boisterous shanty town, which I'm going to be lazy and just call Tortuga, because fuck it, why not? I'm a pirate. I can steal the name of an existing location. There's just this hive of scum and villainy. Pirates spending their stolen coin taken from all over this globe. What setting are we in? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Cacophonous, exactly. You can hear the island before you see it. Some sailors say. But any pirate worth his salt or his peg leg will eventually come to Tortuga to party to pick up new crew members. And supposedly owned by the good old mayor himself, Goldhook, is supposedly a great treasure that can give infinite wealth. Now, no one's ever seen it, but Goldhook, despite the fact that this place is highly illegal, manages to bribe enough pirates and governments of the nearby area so that nobody will fuck with them. Anytime someone thinks they have the right idea to take over Tortuga, either they get bribed with a ludicrous amount of gold or they bribe someone else to take them down. So Tortuga has managed to remain neutral. However, coming into shore on the dinkiest, shittiest little lifeboat you've ever seen are four goblin ne'er-do-wells. One of them wearing sort of like dirty, tarnished armor, what might have one point been porcelain white and radiant, has been absolutely scuffed by long nights on the sea. Another goblin, barely wearing anything but just ripped up hides, her eye been poked out long ago, brandishing two knives that she licks as she approaches shore. Goblin sits at the bow of the tiny little ship, eyeing the prize. Actually rowing the little rowboat are are two other goblins. One of them, Gil. And let's see, we'll go and go full sheets on this. Gil, a rather lazy thief, hasn't really needed to do much thievery in her life because it seems wherever she goes, almost by the clap of her gigantic ass, things generally turn out okay. But is being forced to row the boat at the moment. And then that was Gil, and then Giblets, a oh fuck, I forgot to write the class down for Giblets. I think Giblets is a bard. Giblets is a bard. So as Giblets is forced to row the boat, clearly not something up much to her standard as a talented bard, she passes the time away by singing. Space banjo. Why not? I mean, fuck it. Why not? Yeah, the Goblin Wars were very, very brutal for everyone. So yeah, so currently all of you arrive on shore. So like the little rinky boat kind of pulls into dock and immediately yeah, yeah, like Giblets is in Goblin speak. In Goblin speak, excellent bard for humans. Ah, just like that over and over again, just like screams. Yeah, yeah. Gorbo is definitely the shortest. Gorbo is definitely the shortest, but she just carries the biggest sword. Like Gorbo will wail at you with her two knives, but Gorbo's got the big blade, and is probably the most reluctant one to be here. But she doesn't really got much else going on for her other than her relic armor and her huge ass. Assume that everybody has a pretty big ass to some degree. Oh, I kept thinking Gold. Oh yeah, the new guy. Oh, that's probably what you're thinking about. So I'm going to explain how we're going to run this as a group works. So I am going to enable a redeem called Gob Boss. So in general, if you guys give general orders to the goblins to like do things, that will happen. That will kind of collectively happen. If you become the Gob Boss, you determine which goblin is sort of like the point of view character, like the one who's at the moment in charge. Because, you know, being a goblin boss is a very fluid position. And in addition, when you are the Gob Boss, which your name will be on the screen, you get the kind of authority to kind of push the others around into doing what you want for this. So right now, I am the Gob Boss. It should be a new redeem that should be popping up right now. Can anyone let me know if that is available? I did just enable it, so I don't know if you might need to refresh or if that's just something that'll kick in. Battle cries. Yeah, just some poor asshole on the dock, just like eating an orange. There we go. All right, Mini Dow, you have assumed direct control. Would you like Gorbo to remain the Goblin Boss, or would you like to have the kind of like focus character be one of the other ones? So like right now. Also, just some bear. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right on time for the goblins with huge asses. I should probably put that like on the screen somewhere. I don't think I'm actually directly putting on the screen what this game is, other than just mentioning it. It's here to lurk. Oh hell yeah, that's nice and nice. I mean, lurk as much as you want. Definitely get cozy with your lurks. But yes, we're doing Goblin with a fat ass, and it do be going. All right, Mini Dell, you are now the Goblin Boss. Make sure shit's working. Gotcha. I will maintain course. Randomly cute names get me. There we go. I think Giblets is very cute. I don't know. I think it's because I made Gorbo have the big sword. I'm kind of partial to her as far as all these go, but we'll see. So right now, Gorbo and the rest of them kind of get up onto shore. The ship sinks into the bay, and by ship I mean dinky ass rowboat. The dockman who continues to just slowly eat an apple with a knife. You know the kind of person that eats an apple where they just like cut off pieces and just like slip it in their mouth. Hello, Milk Porch. This is a one-shot made by the guy who made Lancer and Kill 6 Billion Demons. It is that there's the rules there if you would like to take a look for yourself. But it's effectively we're running it like a tabletop RPG one-shot right now. The the man who is eating the apple is just like, you gotta pay for that, right? Gorbo's like, what? But our boat, it sank into the it sank into the yeah, don't care, gotta pay for it. And unfortunately, right now, Gorbo, Goblin, Gil, and Giblets do not have any real money whatsoever. So Gorbo is realizing that like if they don't pay, things could be better. They don't want to get thrown in jail immediately. They don't want to get thrown in jail immediately. So we're gonna use this as an example of how dice rolling in this. So, um, what's it called? Gorbo is a paladin. She is. We can go ahead and pull up her sheet. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna also pull these up whenever we do that. So she's got the wizard camp skills, and the worked for it skills. So there we go. Wizard camp kind of gives us access to magic related things, and work for it gives her like kind of like acrobatic things. And paladin gives access to knowledge, armor, care, and baking. Um, Gil can pickpocket. Gil can pickpocket. If while Gorbo is attempting to talk to the man, would all of you like Gil to go ahead and pickpocket somebody nearby? Would you like to do that? We can do that. Just because Gorbo's the main like boss gob at the moment, you can send the others to do things. Work for it. Can have use. No, in this case, it's like an athletic goblin. But yeah, Gil specifically could roll ass to instantly steal loose objects. That's just within hand's reach. So that's something we could do for Gil, is just directly roll ass. Would you like to directly roll ass everyone to do that? Or would you like just to do like a normal pickpocketing attempt? Going straight ass would probably be the most handy. Or Gorbo could try to do the diplomatic route as well. You guys all have options. You guys have all options. Take a sip real quick. Actually, let me take a bigger sip. Put the ass to use? Hell yeah, let's go. All right, yeah, we do gotta use our assets. That's fair. So let's go ahead and roll. So let's go ahead and go back to here. So Gil has an ass of 5d6. So we roll that. All right. So let's see. We did roll a 4, which is good. So 1s and 6s cancel out. So it's successful. So right now, Gorbo is sweating bullets. And right now, Gil, she's very, very sore from rowing the boat. She just wants to be on land and is kind of like ditzy about things. I think I put like a way more intense thief than Gil actually is. I feel like I'm playing Gil as kind of like dumb bimbo airhead, which might just be because of the nymph thing. So Gil is just kind of like wobbly and woozly, just kind of bouncing around, just kind of like accidentally running into people. But like all these pirates are like, "Hey, watch where you're, oh, carry on, miss," and they like tip their pirate hat. And like every now and again, she's just kind of just like looking around, and just like spare change just falls into her ass. So like Gorbo is currently just like very earnestly talking to the dock worker, like, "No, but like we don't have the boat anymore." And Gil's just like, "Oh, I have these, I guess." And Gil just puts like a handful of change on the little billing station, like the little booth. And the guy's like, "Yep, all right, come aboard. You're all in." That's also an option too. Anyone can charm. That's the thing. But right now, though, you are now free to explore Tortuga as all of you wish. Also, because of Gil's thievery roll, you guys also have like a little bit of spending change. Not a lot. We're going to keep the money very abstract and loose because this is not the kind of system for like min-maxing money and like, I have exactly 3 gold, 2 silver, and 4 copper, and 3 electrum. No, we're not doing that shit. But people, they do. It do be like that. Do be like that. I want to make a joke right now about myself. That's fine. Min max, yes. Hello, Blanc. Welcome. How you doing? So yeah, right now you guys are in Tortuga. You're all vaguely aware that the mayor has some treasure the mayor has some treasure to them. You don't exactly know where the mayor's house is, who the mayor is, really anything that's going on. Assume that for the most part, all of you are some combination of dumb and or just like clueless. Like I feel like Gorbo and probably Giblets are like relatively like at least medium intelligence. I think that's fitting for their stations. Um Goblin is Smash, like Smash as a person. And Gil is just kind of like boobs breastily her way through life. The more like more like asses assertedly her way through life, and things just kind of happen. So based on general goblin pirate, because you're all technically pirates at this point. That is true. That is true. Like use activating the neurons deep within Goblin's brain. Uh, I'm not gonna need a like we're not gonna need a roll for that. Rolling is mostly just gonna be for very specific things. You do see that like kind of like this is like a sort of pirate city where it's a bunch of boats just stitched together. Nobody built this town. Boats just showed up and they're like, "Arr, let's just put rope between them." And then maybe some guy put together like a couple of like small shacks and like little. The bars probably were built, but I imagine everything else is not so much. But like at the very top of like this place, that's Aquay. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just in time for pirate goblin action. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But at the very, very tippy top, you do see a massive capsized ship. Like what must have been like straight up like a flagship of maybe like some big fantasy country. Like one of those ones, like it's capsized in half, like split in half Titanic style, but like half of it is just jutting out of the ocean. And Goblin's probably like, yeah, big boss. I, I don't know if I want to go like Goblin just make it like, yeah, big boss. Big boss got a big house. Yeah, yeah. Right. Or if I want to go like barbarian noise. I think I like doing like shitty gangster for some reason. Like, yeah, big boss got a big house, and that big house is the biggest house. So probably the mayor lives there, right? Gorbo kind of nods, like, yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Gil's just kind of like, wow, pretty lights. And like Giblets is just like, oh my god, oh I hate this. Oh, like I'm gonna slowly just kind of work some backstory to these guys. I like to imagine Giblets had hopes and dreams of being like a big fancy opera singer, but I don't think a lot of people were going to take a goblin opera singer, so she's had to turn down their work. There might be a bit of fantasy prejudice in this fantasy setting. She's like, I'm a talented opera singer, and they're like, show me that ass, girl, and she's like, I hate it here. I'm becoming a criminal. Fuck you. Um, but that doesn't. She still doesn't like the pirate life. This is why she's like this. Like for Giblets, this is her one big score. Yeah, she keeps trying to gain a legitimate entertainment role as a prissy fancy opera singer, but the clapping of her ass cheeks just keeps bringing ne'er do wells nearby. So, assuming that just going by the instincts of Goblin, most of you kind of begin to move towards the mayor's house. Since so far, like, and as you're stepping along, you just kind of see that, like, there is not a lot of free walk-in room here. It is just like a constant, perpetual outdoor bar fight. Uh, Money's being exchanged, like drinking, like hardcore drinking. There's just like a man, like, there's just like a gorilla straight up dressed like a pirate, but no one really questions why. They talk to it they talk to the gorilla like the gorilla understands, but the gorilla's not speaking English. Wants to be a critter, but it's the translator. She's like, no, critter, critter. Like, I see what you mean. She's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. But eventually the crew makes their way to the mayor's house. And the mayor, um, so like, well, every place around the mayor's house is a general mishmash of like, I love Richard Cheese so much. Richard Cheese is the fucking best. Well, everything around the mayor's house is like a general mishmash of just pirate ne'er-do-wells. You do notice that around, like, effectively keeping guard of the mayor's house are like trained pirates. Like you can kind of tell that like these are not the same drunken ruffians you have seen elsewhere in the city. They're actually like, sober. They have probably the most amount of body parts collectively from everyone in this town. They are armed. A lot of the other pirates are just like sailor pirates, where it's like maybe they have weapons on them, but probably like maybe like a shitty pistol and like maybe a knife. These guys got full on like relatively maintained cutlasses and like very, very clean like military issue gear. And, like, even as you guys all kinda, like, look out from, the crowd, because like, there's definitely, like, a crowd has come to look at the mayor's house because, like, a lot of pirates come to look at Goldhook's house because it's very nice. A lot of things on Goldhook's house that should just be, like, wood or metal or even, like, plant matter has been turned gold. Like, he's got, like, a gold mailbox, he's got, like, a gold, like, welcome rug. Like, things that should not be gold are gold. Like, there's a whole ass tree in front of his house, like a palm tree that was dragged here from what you can tell, and that palm tree is entirely gold, including the parrot that is on it. But, like and you're thinking like a pirate town. In a pirate town. Oh, yeah, you do not want to see what's it called? A whole ass gold ass tree ass. My God. Yeah, you don't wanna know about what Gold Hook's up to with that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the gold toilet paper. Also, this is a pirate town. I don't know how many pirates are wiping. It's tragic, really. But I mean, Gold Hook probably can buy toilet paper or toilet paper. I don't know, like bark. I don't want to look into toiletry habits of pirates right now. I did minimal prep before the stream as a way to just kind of like this is also kind of like getting my improv juices running in a way that I think is just generally good for me as well. Um, so yeah, so like anyway, basically the takeaway from this is you are on Tortuga, Pirate Island, surrounded by like all these ruffians and thieves and scallywags and ne'er-do-wells. Nobody's attempting to take any of the gold items because right now the guards are like serious business. However, the four of you numbnuts really want to get in that house. But clearly you're going to need to do something. Like what kind of plan do you think is going to do that? Also, a lot of it is too big to take. You're right. You are absolutely right. Probably like if you try to take the gold tree, like you and your three buds, you would definitely get shot. So also at 8.2, because of the nature of this being like theater of the mind, if you need to what's it called? If you want to ask any questions about like any of the surroundings, whatnot, let me know, and like I can kind of like detail like if you're like, oh, what would be like what's behind the house? Is it in water? Like, is there like any like nearby landmarks or anything like that? Seduction is a thing you could do. You could certainly do that. You could certainly do that as well. Seducing is an option. You got several gobs of various skills. I mean, technically, I think well, none of you are fighters, so no one can directly destroy things with ass rolls. It's mostly that like as you fight regular style, ass just kind of is like the X factor, the ass factor that will kind of modify chaos things, and also the more you sumo fight. What? Not that. You could attempt that would be like I mean, oh yeah, like Keijo sort of fighting style, probably. I mean, that's something you could do. Yeah, like, seduction is on the table. Oh, you're saying Blanc just like having an ass like a distraction ass fight. That's an option. We could do that. It's like a fight. Yeah, exactly. It's like kind of like you doing like the Zoro thing, and you're like, and then like the clothes fall away, and you see the Z in there. So we got kind of the option of like distraction. So I'm gonna put a poll up just to kind of guide this a little bit. But it seems like the suggestion is like what do Uh, green seduce. I cannot spell seduce. Apparently, no, I did. Or distraction, butt fight. Let's go. We'll put that in the poll right now. We'll put that in the poll to see how this kind of plays out. Oh, all right. What we do? The poll is up, or how to do the thing do. All right. Looks like Green Seduce is currently at 1, and let me look through the stuff that you would have that would kind of aid to that. Uh, let's see. Bard's got like a performance skill. Does any pirate wear by chance a large trench coat? Oh, actually, Calvin, funny you should mention that. Gil specifically has an overcoat, a pair of sunglasses, and extra pairs of shoes. You could actually form the goblin stack. You could stack on top of each other like that to form one Q-man if you want to. Yeah, kind of like Keijo style, yeah. So yeah, that's also an option too. I know seduction was just rolled, but if you would like to like form a tower and then attempt to seduce, that is a thing you could do. Would you like to go in like as a group, one at a time, trench coat style, with the stack of green love? All right, fuck yeah. Let's see. Let's just go going by skill sets. Going by skill sets. Let me see what Nympha's got going on. So either so probably Giblets would probably be the best character for this because of Bard stuff. Would you all be cool if I put Giblets at the top of the trench coat? The trench coat goblin mecha form, the goblin Voltron, if you will. That's probably because like as the bard, she's probably like the best smooth talker, straight seducer. Gil can steal very well, and like the nymph is good for skinny dipping, and what else is that skinny dipping? And like nature and alchemy and stuff like that. Yeah, all right. So there we go. So right now, oh, there we go. Giblets has formed the so all of you kind of like duck into an alleyway, and then just like Gil, like Giblets reaches into Gil's like I don't know why I imagine Gil has like ass hammer space. Just like pulls out a whole trench coat just from between the cheeks, not from inside the ass. Just the cheeks just hold a lot of stuff. It's like a clamp wallet, and pulls out the trench coat. And then all of you together. So Goblin is at the bottom because she's got that strong athletic build. Gorbo is right under that to provide additional stability. Gil is the middle because she's not doing a whole lot else. So she's got her thief arms wiggling around, and Giblets is the top. And all together, this big old like wobbly stack of goblins approaches one of the guards, and then Giblets just kind of does like a. Also, Giblets is wearing sunglasses as well. She just pulls out the sunglasses and be like, "Hey there, big boy. Oh, well, I'm new in town, and oh, this looks quite a fancy place. I don't know if maybe like a big strong man would give me a tour of everything. Oh, I'd appreciate it so very much." I might also just make Giblets just like aggressively southern because I think that's also fun. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a very inconsistent accent for a couple of people, so that's fine. So that's quite welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? We're playing goblins with a fat ass with chat. Having job interview. Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah! Congratulations on your job interview. Sorry. Everybody give Crichton your energy. Everybody give Crichton your energy for job interviews. I'm gonna do it right now. Like, it sounds like I'm dying, but I'm forcing energy. I'm forcing out energy. All right. So, because of the trench coat, and because you get a D6 to start, you got the trench coat, which is definitely aided in seduction. That's a hot fucking look. And Giblets' natural bard skills. We're gonna roll 3d6. Ooh, and we rolled a 6, so that is good. However, we are now going to need to roll an ass roll. Specifically Giblets' ass roll. All right, everything is good so far. Everything is good so far. So like the goblin the I'm gonna call it the tall stack. The tall stack seems to be working some numbers on the guard. The one guard you're particularly targeting. There's like several guards around here, but you guys just kind of choose one semi arbitrarily, more or less. There's not really like a plan going on. Goblins aren't really much for plans. The fact that this is happening is honestly kind of like a Christmas pirate miracle. But the smooth southern drawl of giblets makes the guard go like, so when you get like a, Missy, see your, normally we don't allow visitors here to Good Gold Hook's manner, but and you can see he's just like obviously visibly red, like he's hella blushing right now. He's like, well, I suppose a little peek around here. Hey boys, I'm going on lunch. And they're like, oh, it's dinner time. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, shut the fuck up. I'm just giving the miss a tour if you don't mind. And they're like, they grumble, 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 but they're like, they also see the tall stack and they're like, okay, maybe later, maybe later they'll try to seduce. So right now, you enter inside of the ship, and it is kind of wildly different. Let's see. I'm pulling up another picture just to kind of set the mood because outside, dingy, um, what's it called? Like dingy, gross, fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Inside, however, it is a whole different atmosphere that I'm definitely not like biding time till I get this loaded up. Definitely not. Here we go. All right. Yay. Excellent. So, and because like if you have a lot of money, you can't just live like a dingy pirate inside. So actually, like inside of Gold Hook's home, a raging like a illustrious ball is actually going on. Like, well, like there's like a couple of pirate sort of looking folks around. The guards are still very much pirates, of course. And a part of fast be with you. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, there might be some pirates around for like guards and like it's weird. You're seeing like a scruffy pirate be like, "Our hors d'oeuvres, madame," and just like takes out a little tray, and this like woman from kind of like a upper crust is like, "Oh, of course, I guess so," and she just like takes like a flute of champagne, which is also once again, if it's like a piece of metal, it's gold. A lot of things are gold in here. Like a ludicrous amount of things. Like not all of it is gold because to a certain degree, if everything was made of gold, this would probably sink back into the ocean. But, but, enough of it is gold that you're just like, wow. Like it's kind of doing like the cartoon thing where like Giblets is still the head, but from like the little holes in the trench coat that like everybody else like is peeking through and they're like, whoa, whoa. And the pirate is like, yar, you can see me boss Gold Hook be living a life of luxury. Back in the day, he was a ruthless pirate famous for making even his own son walk the plank, but now the fruits of his labor have led to this. And like, you can kind of tell that the pirate's not necessarily digging it, but also like he's still a little scared. It's like when like a mafia boss retires where you're like they're no longer as scary as they used to be. They're still scary though, so you don't want to really fuck around with them. What's the plank gold? Well, Oh yeah, so yeah, actually, like giblets will ask oh, was the plant gold? And the pirate just like basically blue screens for a bit. He's like, "Are yeah, yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know. I did not see it." Yeah, they still got those scary connections. Yeah. Especially because, like, this looks like a bunch of upper crust. Like, you kind of get the feeling this is where rich kids go to, like, you know how there's like little like seedy clubs that are made to look like they're seedy, but everybody like whenever you see like somebody who's like, you're 22, you're dressed like a hobo, but I know that there's not a single bit of dirt on you, and that all of your clothes must be like $3,000 each. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I can show the full sheets real quick. There we go. We got Gorbo the Paladin, ass 4, Goblin the Barbarian, ass 2, Gil the Nymph, not Nymph, Gil the Thief, who was blessed by a nymph, has ass of 5, so almost max ass, not quite. And Gliblets the Bard has ass 3. So we got a pretty good we got a pretty good ass spread going on right now. Ass level. Also dash. Yeah, no, this is once again goblins with a fat ass. That is a thing. That is a thing. It is the name of the game, unironically, yes. So you do notice that the pirate is like, well, miss, you see, our I often do not get a chance to dance with a pretty lady such as yourself. And he's doing like a little ooh blush. And since this do be a dance, oh yeah, I would like to dance with you if you do not mind. What do you think, everybody? Will you dance with the pirate? It might be suspicious if you don't. However, you are currently in a trench coat with Goblin as your legs. So, it could go bad. What do you want to do, everybody? Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, Dustbin. It's you can attempt it. It's a thing you can certainly try. We'll see how it goes. What did you do? Does dust an attempt? Go pirate scorn, but you have to dance. That's true. You do have to dance. I think it'd be like that. So what we're gonna do? So Goblin is currently your legs. Goblin does not have any skills relevant to dancing. However, you are also wearing a trench coat where she cannot see. Well, actually, like, so Giblets has got the top, and Goblin's got the bottom. So probably what we'll do is all together roll a single d6. We'll roll a single d6 and let's see. What's the ass average at a party? I think the ass average is probably roughly a 4, something like that. Something like that, yeah. So like Goblin's not gonna falter. It's just mostly the trench coat makes it awkward. So I think I'm gonna roll a d6. 2. So a failure. However, I am going to roll what's effectively like a group ass roll, more or less. I think the average will be roughly about like there we go. Oh no. Okay, so I'm going to introduce a new mechanic right now called the Chaos Clock. So, so the way the ass roll works is you roll a die for each point of ass. No, it's all good. All right, so this is the way the Chaos Clock works, which I'll go ahead and fill it with green. So for the Chaos Clock, am I on the right layer? Tokens. Okay, there we go. We are on the right layer. So when this happens, you fill in parts of the clock. So currently the first wedge of the clock has been filled. There is no effect. It goes from everything is fine, everything is fine, everything is fine, get the fuck out of clock. There we go. So, all of you attempt to dance. The pirate, weirdly enough, the pirate guard, because he is a trained professional pirate guard, is pretty skilled at dancing. Like they're doing like the river, like not river stepping, you know. It's like a jaunty kind of pirate like ballroom dance. And at one point, Goblin is not like what you would say the most cultured goblin. Um, Giblets is attempting to ratatouille into Gil, into Gorbo, into Goblin. It's like a ratatouille fucking daisy chain. And by the time the directions hit Goblin, she is fucking it up real bad, which is fine for a while because like prior you're like Giblets is being firmly held like hand in hand with the pirate. The lower half is like across the ball right now. There is a some rich kid, some like rich like imagine some like rich like British like effectively kind of like how like a governor's son is just like getting a little bit of wine from like a little kind of self-serve bar, and he's watching a pirate dance with what looks like the wavy inflatable tube man, where the top, yeah, dandy, exactly, the top is stationary but the middle's just like whoa, 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 whoa. She's like, oh my god. I don't know what accent that was. He just starts drinking. And unfortunately, at one point, like there's just a sudden and twist where everybody does like a big unified turn all at once. Goblin loses her balance, fucking eats shit. And one by one, Gorbo, Goblin, and Gil spill out from the trench coat. It was a sexy, wacky inflatable too, man. Giblets is still being danced with, but then the pirate's just like, notices that his dance partner got lighter and then looks down and just sees this like a waving trench coat in the breeze. He's like, ye ain't a woman with a skin condition. You're a goblin. And then everyone's just like, gasp. Oh, my stars and goddess. As Gorbo, Goblin, and Gil are just kind of like on the ground, looking around nervously as all of you are obviously fucking busted. So Giblets is in the arms of a pirate. Gorbo, Goblin, and Gil are on the floor. What do you think we should do? The pirate was dancing fine. I mean, yeah, I guess Giblets would be like, Giblets is like, what do you mean? I too am a lady, just because I might be short in stature. But meanwhile, like, there's some space coin. What? On it. Excuse me, this is a pirate setting. There's no space right now. Oh, spare coin. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah. So yeah, so thinking fast, Giblets is just like, it's like, oh, you caught us. We're little. All right, so Dual Gessa, you have now, okay, to explain that since you missed out on that, you are now the goblin boss. You can choose which goblin to take the lead, and anything you say while that's up right now gets preferential treatment on what the goblins do. So Dual Gessa, which one do you want to be the kind of like the kind of like player perspective goblin right now? Currently, Gorbo was that. Things have kind of shifted a little bit, but Gorbo is ostensibly quote unquote the boss right now. Gorbo looks accused. Everyone likes Gorbo. All right. So Gorbo is still maintaining as the player character. So right now it seems so we got a couple of options. Which I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna take them to a poll. Let's see, what do Pyromania, say your entertainment. I'd say maybe like scatter. Canceled it on Twitter. I think that was the 3 ones that I still got mentioned. We'll go and get that going on. We'll get that going on. If I had missed any, there we go. All right. So these are generally the options. And as the God Boss Dual Gessa, if how fast can we draft the twit longer? Well, first you'd have to invent. You would have to invent Twitter. So that would take maybe like 3 days. I think it'd take like 3 days to make Twitter. And then maybe like a half an hour to write the twit longer, and then that's probably about the time frame for that. Oh, Fagoth, welcome. How you doing? Just in time for Goblin with a fat ass. Thank you for the hydrate. Drink. Mm. They're good. Thanks, fuck. I see what you fucks are doing. I see what you fucks are doing. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm full on energy drink. I'm having fun to run this game. All right, they are a three-way tie. Hey, Dolgessa, as a god boss, you are the tiebreaker. Any of those three options seem good to you? We're the entertainment. All right, so Giblets is like, haha, let's see. Actually, let me see who would be kind of like who would be the good one to maybe do a sort of thing like this. So Giblets is, let me see. Taste of Leisure. Actually, yeah, I think Giblets would still be good. So I think Gorbo just kind of looks over Giblets like, just say we're here. Entertainment, I guess. I don't know. And then Giblets be like, oh, I do believe you caught us. Aha. See, we were actually the entertainment the whole time. And just doing a little bit of buffoonery for all you. Hope y'all didn't mind. And we're gonna roll for that. So you get 2 dice for that for Giblets' bardiness and the default. Oh, let's roll an ass roll. Let's roll an ass roll now. Let's see what happens. Hey, okay. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. So when you roll, so the lie is not very convincing. However, the pirate guard holding Giblets in his arms, looking at her, her smile, her sultry southern words, her fat fucking ass. The guard falls in love. And she's like, all right, boys, like, our boys, round up these scallywags and throw them in the brig. I'll be taking this one with me now. And so Giblet, so the pirate just takes Giblet, sets her down, and be like, "Our madame, may we be continuing this dance?" And Giblet is like, yeah, sure, why not? And they continue dancing. So Giblets is still inside and has maintained a good position. However, Gorbo, Goblin, and Gil are now surrounded by 3 pirates. No, Giblet doesn't have rotten teeth. Goblin probably does. Goblin definitely does. I'm happy for Giblets. Giblets might settle down after this. You never know. So Gorbo, Goblin, and Gil. So Giblets is out of commission right now due to the failure to roll. However, the successful ass roll means that like there'll be some benefits to that later. Don't you worry. So what do you think? Do you attempt? Do you wish to like fight your? So these 3 cannot do the I'm entertainment defense. Really, the options would be like fight, fight, fire / distraction. Probably fire would be the distraction. And then or maybe scatter to different directions, which would split the party but kind of increase the chances of somebody getting away. So I'm gonna do another poll real quick. I'm gonna say B team, I guess. Fight, scatter, or distraction. There we go. How can our asses get us out of this mess? I mean, the ass will combine with whatever you're doing naturally, as part of that. As part of this, the best. No, Gil is the best ass. Gil has the biggest ass. Giblets actually had the like second smallest ass, all things considered. Still pretty big, like average of 3.5, slightly on the lower side, but not the worst. Not the worst. All right, looks like distraction. Looks like distraction's going pretty good. Make the best ass worse for actions. All right, so let me see. Let's take a look at what you all got going on. So like as for distraction options, So right now, Gorbo is let's see. Yeah, distraction has definitely won. Distraction has definitely won. Um I will so some options for distraction. I'm gonna list out some suggestions. There is there is a big old bowl of there is a big old bowl of like punch like here at this party. And I will say Gil does have a skill in skinny dipping, which would be relevant in terms of some other stuff for other options. Uh Gorbo actually does know alchemy due to her wizarding knowledge, so no actually wait a minute. No, fucking Gil also has alchemy for like if you want to like set like a chemical fire together. Or Goblin could just fucking Hail Mary barrel into the guards while the other two kind of scatter. That could also be an option too. Also, if any of you have ideas as well, feel free to shout them out. I'm just kind of like listing some potential choices you can do. Some potential choices you can do. Let me see. What else? What? Because like Gorbo's got Wizard Camp and worked for it. Let's see. Let's see. And Paladin stuff would be. There we go. No, we have to be civil. What do you mean have to be civil in this case? Oh, Goblin boss. What do you have in mind for being civil? You could attempt to have Gorbo use like fucking paladin code logic, like I will like self-sacrifice, turn herself in, have to follow the letter of the law. That could also be an option. While meanwhile, angry and ditzy fucking skedaddle. That could also work. That could also work as well. Yeah, that's also true. You are also goblin pirates. No ass left behind. Hmm. In that case, probably the most no ass left behind would probably be the fire then, because then it's not like any goblin gets kind of used as bait. Flip a coin. Heads, tails get in the bowl, tails alchemy. We can do that. We can do that. Heads will be punch bowl, tails will be alchemy. Here we go. Roll. So 1d2. Odds odds punch, evens alchemy. All right, punch bowl. There we go. All right. So Gil, realizing that she is tired and dirty and just wants to just be immersed in booze. Somewhere in the echoes of her mind, when the nymph blessed her with this gigantic ass, the nymph who was just slowly becoming Glenda the Good Witch is like, remember, darling, to use your ass for good and to help everyone. And Gil is like, you're right. Yeah, you're right, nymph. I should do that. And then she immediately strips and gets in the bowl punch. just kind of did like ever. Let's see. Let's go ahead and roll. I think that's 2d6 because she's got the skinny dipping skill. That did succeed. Let's just see what the ass roll consequences are to that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what we will do now. Let me see. Let's go ahead and fill out the everything is fine. Why is that blue? Fuck that. No, it's goblins. It has to be green. It has to be green. So as Gil, why is it also showing my notes too? Don't do that. I don't think we need my notes as much anymore. I'm kind of in like autopilot. Not effectively once I get those like foundations, I kind of begin building on each other. Kind of dealio going on right now. So like I think a lot of sessions I kind of run like I'll have like a outline and then it's just kind of winging it. It's kind of connecting the tissue. So Giblet succeeds at the distraction. The ass die has unfortunate side effects, however. But basically, at this point, Gorbo and Goblin, while everybody is looking at this fucking punch bowl with a gigantic ass naked goblin in it, you also just see the dandy from earlier, just kind of like while everyone's stunned, he just kind of goes over and like just like refills his punch, his little cup, and just begins sipping punch and just kind of like shuffles off to the side and hopes no one really noticed him. But like everybody in the room is staring right now. So like not only did not only did uh like not only everybody saw that, and he's just like, he's real fucking embarrassed and just kind of in a huff, just sort of like just kind of like takes the dish and just kind of like including Gil, and just kind of just like walks off slowly off to the side while Gorbo and Goborin manage to escape. Pretty much what they do is that they just kind of like run into the kitchen while everybody's distracted, and they are now inside the pantry. They are surrounded by food. There's all kinds of fancy cheeses and like dried and cured meats, because like this is still roughly kind of generic pirate age. So like, while this is a fancy gala and there's as much fresh stuff as they can, this is still gonna kind of got a little bit of that going on. Gil, who has been deposited like next to the dandy, who is just like accidentally just kind of is like, as he's just kind of awkwardly shuffling, he ends up just like dropping Gil, who just kind of uses the opportunity to kind of like quickly bumble around, sort of like near, let's see, where general things that would be in sort of like a big fancy gala. You'd have like the kitchens, you would have kind of like the big ballroom. I think she's gonna be kind of in like the dressing rooms for where the various like musicians would be right now. I'm gonna say this is like a fully stocked manor inside of the ship. Um, right now you haven't really don't have a good. None of the goblins really have a good indication of where Goldhook is right now. He's somewhere in here, likely. But Gil is now hopelessly not only separated from the party, is completely naked and has none of her gear available, which is unfortunate. However, none of you are actively caught yet. None of you are actively caught yet, which is good. No one's been kicked out. So far, it seems like most of the party has kind of resumed. Definitely, the guards are sort of more on high alert, except for the one that's still dancing with Giblets. But like, now that he's dancing with Giblets, he's kind of he's continuing to dance where her feet can't touch the ground. Like, he's still like spinning and twirling, but like, she is just dangling. She's not wearing the trench coat anymore. The trench coat has long since been discarded. So Giblets is just kind of in her regular, like more kind of like bardly attire. Oh, no, fuck. She's in her more bardly attire, but has currently been swinging around. So right now, just because we're who is the boss gob at the moment, Gorbo and Goburin, you're inside the pantry, surrounded by food. The cooks have not noticed you yet. Gorbo is kind of in a state of like, oh no, we shouldn't have done this. 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 Once again, kind of being she's kind of roped into a life of piracy through, let's just say like a series of goblin accidental mishaps that maybe a church accidentally got set on fire because maybe she was a wee bit clumsy and got a little skittish. And Goblin is just, she is actively just eating. She's just like, she's surrounded by free salted meats and delicious cheeses. So like Goblin is just like enjoying herself, having a snack. Um, like Goblin is Goblin barbarian war veteran. She's not exactly like the most sociable goblin, but like she's fought in a war before. She knows a bit about group morale, about keeping everyone together. So you just kind of see like Gorbo just sees Goborain just kind of slice off like a hunk of bread and a little bit of like a kind of like a hard salted meat and a little bit of cheese, and just she's like trying to be like, you need this. I was like, hey, boss, you need this more than I do. Yeah, I forgot that I was doing this voice for Goblin. Gorbo, like you can kind of see like big tears well in Gorbo's eyes, and she's like, "Thank you," and just begins snacking on this sort of lazy goblin charcuterie board. So, like I said, right now, Gorbo and Goblin, any goblin can be activated right now to do stuff. It's just mostly they're kind of three separate sections of the ship. So yeah, there's effectively Group A, which is Gorbo and Goblin, and hello, Snowfall. Hey, boss, I've covered wars, you know. Yeah, the delicious shark coochie board. Probably maybe with real shark meat. I've heard shark meat stuff is really good. I've heard good things about it, but I know it's also like it's like one of those forbidden meats where you know it's legit, but also it's like bad to eat because sharks are generally not doing super hot for the most part. Turning off my heater a little bit. I'm getting a little hot under the cover now. It's just kind of warm where I'm at. Um, all right, so yeah, so Gorbo and Goblin are well fed, which might have some benefits later. What do party? What do? You still haven't found Goldhook, so probably finding Goldhook or not finding Goldhook, if anything, because you know Goldhook's kind of scary. You know, somewhere in his house, in his manor, is is the source of infinite money. You guys don't know specifically about what causes infinite money just yet, but you do know, you do know that infinite money is somewhere in this manor, some way to get it. And there's like a lot of ship left too. That's true. Gil is in the wardrobe. Gil is in the wardrobe. And this is like stereotypical fantasy universe. So it wouldn't be like gnomes definitely exist. So disguising yourself as a gnome wouldn't be too bad. Wouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead and uh technically Giblets is actively being observed because she's still dancing with the pirate, which is like currently the pirate is on Giblets' side, but she is occupied at the moment. Um Let's see, Gil, let me go ahead and let's see if she's got a disguise related things from yeah, pull me a fast one. All right, so we're gonna see how good of a disguise that Gil can put together with stuff around. So we'll go and do that. Not a successful disguise, really, but let's see what the ass roll does. See what the ass roll does. Jesus, tap dancing, Christ! Oh baby, oh baby. Okay, that's that's an interesting result we have rolled today. So for each one, the chaos clock moves up by one. So it's going to increment by three. Hello, SNZs. That is a lot of ones indeed. So we are now at everything is fine. That kind of everything is fine you say nervously when things are obviously not fine. So what's happening is it's like there is still a way that, like, when you roll bad for a disguise, like, for like when you roll bad, it doesn't have to be failures necessarily. The only it's one of those systems where failure isn't failure, but there will be a consequence. So one of them is like effectively, Gil's ass is so large when she tries to put on when she tries to put on clothes, they fucking rip and basically explode. So she's like, oh man, not that one. Okay. How about this one? And she just slowly puts on the other outfit and she's like, yay! Instantly explodes. Like, it takes a lot of time and like right now there's just like I imagine just like a I don't know, like a singer lady is in the fucking wardrobe area and she is probably a bit sauced and mostly confused. She's just watching Gil put on outfits and then shred them with her huge ass. Just one by one. Just one by one that just keeps happening. But the lady doesn't seem to be like tattling on Gil just yet, but that is Gil is gonna be out of commission for a while just because it's taking sweet, sweet time. All right. So yeah, Gil is not going to be useful at the moment. Gorbo and Goblin are still not observed right now. They are completely out of sight. They're completely out of sight. Giblets is still with the pirate. Things are going good there. Dancing. Assume until you attempt to do anything else. Assume Giblets is dancing until you want to like quote unquote activate her, if that makes any sense. Like if she wants to make a move, she can whenever. Till then, she is kind of caught in dancing. So what do you think, nerds? What do? Technically, you haven't gotten past half on there. So the pirate is actively in love with Giblets, Like, he was like, "You know what? You were pretty cute as like a 6'8" woman stack, but as like a 3'7" goblin, I am in love with you." So the pirate is like head over heels. Like this is gonna be a deep cut. If anyone remembers the movie, I believe it was Armageddon, where it was like the fucking like animal cracker scene, like, I could stay awake just to hear you breathing. Like that's like going on in his head right now as he's carrying along around what he believes might be his future short wife. And he's just daydreaming about like they're at like a weirdly well furnished hospital. Of weird like a modern hospital where he's just, like, coming in through the door with a bunch of roses, and he just sees, like, her with, like, a little child in her arms, like a little baby, but it's, like, green with an eye patch. Because remember, pirates are a species in this universe, you know? I say, "Oh, Tony, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing?" Ah, this is uncomfortably thorough. You're welcome. That's my skill as a GM, to make you uncomfortable. Let's stretch real quick. You could do that. You could do that. Oh. So, so Giblets is like, hey there, big boy. So, uh, uh, and she's like, kind of like more whispering in his ear. She's like, I know, like the jig's kind of up. So, see, me and the gals, right? We're looking to make a little scratch, and we hear that Gold Hook has somewhere in this big old house of his a source of infinite gold, and we'd like to get our hands on it. I don't suppose you'd consider helping us, would you? And because he's already in love, we don't need to roll any rolls. And then the pirate's like, "Are ye be right? We needs to be sure that we can raise our daughter in a fine house and make sure that medical costs be so expensive these days." And Giblets is like, "What?" And he's like, "What? Are I be in?" It was like, "Oh, oh, uh, oh, okay, okay now." So by the way, I should probably tell you me name, considering my name be Ronald. What ye be name, fine, beautiful green lass? It's Giblets. Our Giblets. 'Tis be a fine name. Like, yeah, yeah. Say Ronald. Pirate. Love with Giblets. So they are, what do you want me to do though? Like what we be doing? What do you think? What do you think? You have unlimited access to Ronald. He is fully locked in through the power of Giblets' ass of three. He is trapped forever in the short mines. What do you wish what do you wish to do with him, I guess? So like you could use him to maybe kind of recover the other goblins or to proceed with the plan independent of the rest. That's true. That's true. You could do the boss's secret stash. You could do that. Yeah, but this, well, I do be a lady of fine taste. You guys don't know about the, I guess you don't know about the hand. So, I guess she'd probably be, so we'll do that in reverse order. We'll ask him about like how we'll do both Dashard's plan and Covens at the same time. So we'll do it like this. So Gibbs is like, so how you get to working in such a nice place like this in this shithole such as Tortuga? He's like, well, between you and me, Missy Goldhook, the reason he be named that, I've seen it a couple of times now. Slowly becoming southern. I'm just not gonna fight it. The boss himself, long time ago in his wonderful journeys, he found a magical relic of infinite wealth, you see. Ye ever hear tales of a king named Midas who had a hand that could turn anything it touched into gold? Some say he lost all his friends, family, loved ones, everything turned to gold in his touch. The, the muffler man? Or no, different man, different man, different man. What I heard of it, the boys, is that one night he'd be feeling mighty lonely, and then that's the last Midas ever walked on this earth alive. Arr, 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 arr. Arr, sorry, that be crass, Miss Giblets. But the boss found his hand buried deep and away in this country that's full of terrible, terrible evil. The spookiest country I've ever seen. I did not even know it was real till he came back from it. A place called France. Ugh, sends a shiver down me spine. But the boss has his hand and must be very careful with it, for if he directly touches it, he too will suffer the curse of gold, which is why he's got the gold hook. He put the hook like inside the hand, which is like still the hand somehow, even though it was like turned to gold supposedly. Anyway, it works. So that's and he's got that in the private reserve somewhere. Yeah, Gil's like, oh my, I've heard tales of France. Please don't talk about such horrible things. He's like, "Arr, I be sorry. I be sorry." He's like, well, I mean, considering he's got so much wealth, I'm sure he could probably got some fancy wine down there. And it'd be such a shame to have it with just us and not the rest of the girls. Can we go? Can we go pick them up? It's like, "Ah, of course, of course." So like he grabs Giblets by the scruff and he just kind of awkwardly goes to the other people and be like, "Arr, I be taking care of ye." Hello, Rimbalia. Welcome everybody. Welcome Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you do not know me, I am Halbernot the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And today, I am running a game called Goblin with a Fat Ass with chat. To kind of catch everyone up to speed what's going on, we got these wonderful goblin ladies, Gorbo the Paladin, Goblin the Barbarian, Gil the Thief, and Giblets the Bard. Also, hello, Ion Eve, Ion Eve VT, Ion Eve VT. Welcome, welcome everybody. Sorry if I'm getting your name wrong. Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Double Raid. How was the Fortnights going? Did you get Peter Griffin and or Snake? You can tell that I know many things about Fortnite. I played it a little bit. I have a RoboCop skin when I play Fortnite because nothing makes me happier than using boomer dances. Not it's like Zoomer dances with boomer characters. That's great. And hello, Nitrous. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? So yes, this is Goblin with a Fat Ass, the game by the creator of Lancer of all things. The story so far, all of our goblins are pirates trying to steal the legendary King Midas's hand from the dread pirate mayor Goldhook. They'd run to get the battle pass for it. I mean, that works too. Whatever gets you, Peter. I believe it. Hey, it's all good. I understand that there's like a shout out cooldown timer. But yeah, so everybody is inside. So what we're doing is because we're playing this with chat. I will be asking chat at various points for like suggestions for what to do, which characters, if you would like to directly take control over, if you want to become the boss, if you redeem the boss redeem, you can do that. You will become the boss and you kind of get like a direct say to override some other stuff. Yeah, Gorbo and Gil are currently eating charcuterie in the food closet. Gil is trying to dress herself like a gnomish maid, but her ass is so big it's actively ripping most things. She's also currently naked and covered in wine because of a skinny dipping distraction. And Giblets has caused a pirate guard to fall in love with her, and she is now kind of directing him to do basically to turn at the moment. Hey, there we go. Shout time. A lot of dummy thick for their own good is happening. So that definitely be happening. So luckily, so at this point, when the Giblets is trying to convince the guard to take her to visit the kind of the secret stash of the pirate gold hook. So so Giblets goes ahead. So yeah, so the pirate Ronald is like, oh yeah, we can get you friends, and then he picks Giblets up by the collar and pretends like he's apprehending her. So Giblets was able to vaguely see where her friends went. So Gil is just putting on outfits right now, attempting to. How's Howard? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? We did not do any Rick and Morty RPG today. God no, never again, never again. Um, Gil is just being hastily draped in like a fucking blanket and is just carried out. She's just kind of like, oh, okay. As the pirate grabs her. And then Gibletson directs Ronald to Gorbum Goblin. Goblin looks like he's about ready to shake Ronald's ass, but Giblet's like, no, 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 I swear, this is okay. This is okay. He's with us. He's with us. And a pill stick. Oh god, that sounds fucking painful. That sounds fucking awful. Jesus Christ. Definitely hang in there. Definitely hang in there. So the squad has been assembled. Gil is still sans all of her gear, but that's fine. And the pirate Ronald is sneaking the rest of them away. And you notice there's like the ship has kind of like a very rudimentary elevator system, weirdly enough, like a kind of one where you have to like pull on the rope to go down between floors because they're having like a fancy ballroom and like a half capsized ship. So as they go lower and lower, Ronald is just like, "Yar, see, Goldhook probably be up at the top, looking over everything and doing stuff. Arr, but he keeps his treasures down at the bottom of the ship. Did you know it be no coincidence that this ship is put here itself? It was not a wreck like most other ships in the bay. Aye, 'tis was a fine ship, the HMS Demeter at one point, but it was broken in half on purpose to hide a secret of Tortuga Island." Yeah, we are. Can't you tell by my pirate accent we're playing Goblin with a fat ass? And what's it called? So he takes you to the very, very bottom, and like once it sinks into there, like you notice that like all the goblins notice that like their feet begin to get wet as it because like effectively the elevator hits the bottom floor and water begins to seep up. And he opens like you see from the elevator. There's no like real door on the elevator, but there appears to be like a underwater cave system. And then so it's like an underwater cave system. It's like, deep in here be ruins of an ancient civilization. All kinds of fancy shit be down here. Well, I don't suppose any of ye can breathe water, can ye? I mean, I know I can, because I'm a pirate. And like, you notice Ronald just get in the water, and he's just like completely surrounded by water, and he can breathe just fine. Because remember, pirates are a species of this universe. However, goblins are not known for breathing water. So you're going to need to think of some solution to breathe in the water so you can go down to the secret underwater caves. So just listing off some potential options. You got some potential options. And then if you have any other ideas, you're a pirate by profession, not by birth. It's a little different. It's a little different. In theory, if any of the goblins had a kid with another goblin, assuming that they were a pirate at the time, they would give birth to a half pirate, half goblin. But right now, you're still full goblin with the future tenuous position of pirate. Also, you don't even have a ship right now or a crew or anything, so you're not quite pirate just yet. Everybody knows that pirates operate off of a very intricate series of hereditary things and whatnot. You know, pirates, complicated, very complicated creatures. It's a good thing they went extinct in 1847. Yeah, nobody, arguably, Goblin probably would love to be a pirate, and Gil will pretty much do whatever because she doesn't really. She just once again she kind of acidly through life. Gorbo does not want to be a pirate, and Giblets does not want to be a pirate. No, not in this universe. In 1847, in the future of 1847, this universe, pirates will be extinct after the Great Pirate Extinction Event. Canon, canon. I'm gonna like look over this video. I'm gonna have to jot down this universe that makes absolutely no sense and just keep rolling with it until I have a homebrew world that's just absolutely fucking stupid. All right. So yeah. So right now, none of you. So pocket contents. I can read pocket contents out. So we can do that. We can do that. Currently, Gorbo has in her pockets a series. She has a basically incredibly. She has incredibly shiny stone. It's a very shiny stone. Goblin has rope, a knife, a bigger knife, a bunch of meat pies. Gil is entirely naked, other than like a hastily draped over cloth thing. Giblets currently has what's it called? What's Giblets have? Giblets has a big hat, a stethoscope, tape, screwdriver, and a bottle of orc liquor that functions both as liquor and antiseptic. So none of you necessarily has anything for this. I will say, Gil actually knows alchemy. Gil actually knows alchemy because of her nymph blessing. In theory, also too, you could maybe try asking for a blessing from Gorbo's patron. You could attempt to do alchemy with what y'all got. You could attempt that. We could attempt an alchemy roll if you'd like. Let's see, I think that'll be just a generic. You do got alchemy as a skill, so we'll do a 2d6 to see what you can do with what you got right now. So we'll do 2d6 from Gil specifically. God damn. All right, so then let's roll an ass roll real quick. Okay, so Gil is like looking through everyone's shit like right now. She's like, well, I could probably make a potion of water breathing, but none of us really have anything right now. So if somebody could just get me the ingredients, I could try something, but not with what we have. So, right. So the ability to make a potion is there. You would just need to go fetch some ingredients. If you would like to go that route, I mean, you could go root around in the kitchen. You could maybe go back into town to try to look for like a dedicated alchemy shop that might sell like some very specific like roots that would kind of help with this. What's a potentially other place you could go? The other option is you could maybe attempt to have Gorbo pray. You could maybe Gorbo could reach out to Goblin Jesus. Technically it says non-goblin religion, but everybody knows in this universe, Goblin Jesus died for everyone's sins, you know. I wonder if I look up a picture of if I look for specifically the phrase Goblin Jesus, if I'll find anything. Look, it's the Mike and Melissa wiki. It's him. He just. Oh, no. Hold on. I have the perfect. I have the perfect Goblin Jesus. Goblin Jesus actually is not a goblin. Weirdly enough, it's a bit of a misnomer. Everybody knows that Goblin Jesus had like a lot going on, like many different aspects of him. Like maybe some would say many different layers, like many different layers, like some sort of like some sort of like vegetable that had a lot of layers. I don't know. I looked it up. Like I did see that one from DeviantArt, but I found this one. I did find that one from Change.org, which I find much funnier for some reason. So, would you like to pray? You could attempt to pray. You could attempt to Hail Mary pray to Gigas for a blessing. We could do that. We could do that. Okay. Would you like to pray to Gigas or would you like to go the alchemy route? This will work. You're right. Let's roll. Let's roll for it. All right. See, Gorbo's got religion to her, so let's go ahead and roll 2d6. Wow, it succeeded. All right. All right, let's roll the ass roll though. And hey, no negative side effects. So Gorbo like gets down and prays. So in general, whenever you roll a roll, you want to roll a 4 or higher. The more dice you roll for regular rolls, the better. However, for every time you roll a roll that could be risky, you roll an ass roll based on the size of your ass. The more ass dice you roll, the more chance of some wild, like critical hit-esque good shit could happen. However, bad shit could also happen for everyone, including filling up the chaos clock. When the chaos clock maxes out, shit has hit the fan and things are not good. It's a pretty simple system. Honestly, it's a very good I like the system actually. If you would like to see the rules yourself, you can go there. So yes. So Guy just he's like, I there are the Gorbo, my child. Donkey! Gorbo! There we go! Gorbo, my child! You have been so good that temptations of pirates be all around ye, but ye faith has not wavered one bit at all. In order to get what you need, because I am sure that donkey. I feel like I have to say donkey as like a way to reset the Shrek voice. Like if I lose the accent, I have to go donkey, Gorbo. As long as you use the hand for good, it will be fine, I think. I believe in you like you believe in me. And then Gorbo's eyes glow like a bright green, and suddenly all of your heads are surrounded by a translucent onion that would protect all of you from water. It's like effectively kind of like having like an old-timey diving outfit, like a little diving bell that is protecting all of you. I'll go ahead and grab a picture of that as well. Oh yeah, let's use the Talarian ruins. There we go. A bigger picture of Talarian ruins. You know what? No, this is dumb enough. I'm gonna do this anyway. Hell yeah. Behold, le onion of protection. All right, let's get a picture. All right, these are the ruins. Oh, hold on, wrong layer. I need to put that. Sorry, I have to. Oh, nope. Sometimes when I try to like remove shit from here, I actually remove the actual image. It's almost like I'm bad at running a stream. There we go. There we go. Map layer, excellent. Oh, this never got mapped layer. We'll just delete it. You guys know there's a fancy party going on there. All right. So all of you begin to move to the underwater ruins. And as you go deeper and deeper down, two things kind of begin to unnerve a lot. One of them, there's a lot of gold statues down here in the ruins, and a lot of them seem to be in the state of getting ready to scream. Like a statue of a man, kind of like a scruffy looking pirate man, rendered perfectly in gold, bound in ropes, kind of like a look of horror just permanently frozen on his face. Another one of them is sort of like a saucy tart that looks like she's going to grab something, kind of at like a pickpockety angle, but she has been a look of confusion on her face as she's been rendered into gold. So, huh, that's a little weird. Also, the ruins themselves are very, very how many of them are goblins? None of them. None of them are goblins, actually, surprisingly enough. That might be the X factor you all need. You do notice that all the humans are very flat of ass. There's not much cheek meat back there that's really doing any lifting. So you do have one thing they do not have, which is probably at least 7 or 8 pounds of. I really want to put that image up of that like 20 pounds of pussy and ass thing, but I'm pretty sure that is actually bonk worthy. If you Google that phrase, you'll find a relic of the internet past. Baked goods, yes, 100%. Uh, but the ruins themselves are also like very, very odd. Like they're kind of perfectly smoothly carved into this cave system where it's like whatever kind of like carving technique that was done on them. What's this? What's the search terms? 20 pounds. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 20 pounds of pussy and ass. Just Google that, and if don't, it's not safe for work. By the way, don't do that if you're like sharing a computer or anything. Hmm. So you all begin. So like it looks like who like there's also like little cave like besides the fact that everything is like carved smoothly and beautifully into kind of like it's both smooth and kind of like weirdly angular for like what should be just like a water cave like watery cave. Everything is kind of like a very rough kind of geometric look to it. And if you actually like look around, you notice that like there's humanoids carved onto like a couple different things, like different like vases and bas reliefs and whatnot. And all of the creatures seem to be sturdy, stocky people, almost square in shapes, with long, kind of like, you know how like jellyfish, like certain jellyfish have kind of like the ruffles that kind of like come cascade down from their body. It's like they have those kind of ruffling, cascading bits coming from their chins. You don't exactly know what's up with that, but it does seem very, very odd. And while this is going on, Ronald is like, "Arr, be sure to watch ye step, or there be cave beasts, treacherous traps." And like when he says treacherous traps, he actually like stumbles his foot on something. You just see like a big masher just go like, poof. I actually covered the camera when I did like poof and just like smack and like despite the fact that this is underwater, it seems to move unnaturally fast. Like when it slams out, it actually displaces enough water that it pushes you all back. Not enough to like really knock you back down, but like you can tell that if things might get a little dicey down here. Things might get a little dicey down here. If you're not careful. So who do you want to take point? Let's just say we're doing this old school dungeon crawler style. What goblin would you like to lead from the front? Would you like to do the paladin, Gorbo, the goblin, the barbarian? If you want like someone who's got like a little bit of sturdiness, you could have your thief look ahead for traps. You could have Gil look for traps as well. Giblets, I don't think has any skills that would be good for kind of like dealing with what they got to deal with up ahead. But you could send her up front, I guess. What do y'all think? What kind of what do you think would be sort of the ideal kind of setup to all this? That's yeah, that seems like that seems like a sensible thing to do. Gil would be a sensible choice for certain. Gil would be a sensible choice. Yes? Oh yes. Okay, there we go. All right, that seems good. We'll go and do that then. So we'll go ahead and have let's see. We'll go ahead and have Gil roll. Hey, it's all good. I can't type either. I think we'll do a 2d6. She's got skills in it, but she does not have any tools right now. Hey, there we go. And okay, the ass rolls have canceled each other out, so there's nothing wild going on. Gil is incredibly ditzy, airheaded, doesn't really have much thought in her head, but there's a couple of things she's really good at. There's a reason Gil gets carried around by the party. It's and like even without tools, she manages to just like I think over here is where it would be. And she's like, you see her touch like an arbitrary spot on the wall that should just be like, look, absolutely no different from anything else. But you just hear like a click, and then like you hear the grinding of gears, and then you just kind of see her casually strut ahead. She's like, well, it's fine. I disarmed the trap. It was no big deal. Da-da-da-da-da. This is skinny dipping. Oh shit, you're right, actually. Well, you made the roll anyway. I guess technically being naked underwater is perpetually skinny dipping. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind for future rolls. Keep that in mind for future rolls. So you begin creeping deeper and deeper into the caverns. And then like up ahead, you just kind of hear deep in there. And then Rod's like, "Our, oh yeah, I be forgetting. See, our Gold Hook be having a pet, frog, right? And I know that does not sound particularly spicy at all, but you know, you know how frogs be. They be full of violence and whatnot." And then Giblet's like, "Oh, does that frog have indigestion?" It's like, no, it was made by a wizard. It was made by a wizard, and from what I be understanding, wizards do not be having a sense of right or wrong like ye and I. They be doing the most fucked up of shit, I believe. So, well, I do believe I should have mentioned something in advance. I don't come to this part of here anymore. Gorbo asks Geezus. Geezus is like, Gorbo, donkey, Gorbo, kill them all. There we go. Everybody knows that Geezus hates frogs. In the Gibble, the Great Goblin Bible, there's actually a verse about how Geezus specifically Shoryukened the great demon frog Beelzefrog. Oh no, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh term. Fuck, I can't steal. Fuck it, Beelzefrog. Who gives a shit? And and uppercutted it straight to hell. Just like it basically like Jesus knocked the frog so high in the air it actually went like stack overflow and ended up to the bottom layers of hell. That's how strong the punch is. So Gorbo would feel no shame fighting that as well. Also, that also reminds me that I forgot that like technically let's see skills. Oh yeah, I forgot specifically we could count Gorbo's ass as having an ass of 1 whenever we would need to. Beelzebuffa. Oh yeah, that's true. They're stealing, everybody's stealing from fancy frog names. All right. So you do know a frog is coming. You do know a big frog is coming. Once again, you do because like, thankfully, if you did not have Ronald with you, the frog could have maybe got a little bit of an ambush. However, you do have not like effectively you have time to like kind of set up a formation, kind of do some planning. How do you wish to approach the frog? Generally from Ronald that it's a big bad motherfucker. So it's not going to be like a little tiny frog. It's not going to be a real tiny frog. It's going to be a big boy. Yeah, I mean, I just listen. Just because pirates do a lot of shady shit doesn't mean they're wizards. Wizards do things that are not correct to do. Time to ground pound a frog. That do be it. That do be true. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, do you want like a nightly charge on this, or do you want Goblin to whoop at? You know what? I actually think at this point, Goblin has mostly been going along with the flow. Like Gorbo's kind of been doing like paladin-y things. Gil has been basically naked and just like money's been thrown at her. Giblets is doing all the coordination. Goblin hears big fucking frog, and Goblin's like, I are no, she's not. She's like, hey there. I've been looking for a fight this whole night. Oh, it's been too long since I let lefty and righty out. And she like draws her two knives. One's bigger than the other, because mechanically she legitimately has a knife that's too big and a knife that's too small. And unless you stop her, Goblin is going to go after the frog. It's her barbarian way to deal with the frog. Yeah, Goblin was raised Gijin, but she'll celebrate like Christmas and like Halloween and Thanksgiving, but she's not like going to Gurch. She's not going to Gurch maybe like once or twice a year, maybe she'll say a Garfather or a Gale Gary, sometimes. Yeah, she's got her knife and her atrocity knife. I imagine the smaller knife has never actually killed anyone. It's just entirely used for stabbing knees. And the big knife has definitely killed people. It's definitely murdered several people. Yeah, Goblin likes her mother. Oh, Goblin, you never go to Gurch anymore. All the ladies at the watering hole are giving me so much shit. Why don't you just settle down already? There we go. Oh god. So Goblin goes into the water, just like, the traditional goblin battle cry of ah, just yelling at the top of her lungs. And eventually she steps upon Goldhook's pet. Goldhook's pet. Goldhook's pet frog. It's a big boy. I'm gonna move Geezus out of the way. Geezus is with us in our hearts. We'll just like put him like roughly around there. Yeah, Gitrog monster. This is a weird Gitrog monster from fucking the alchemy version of Magic. I hate alchemy so much. Anyway, yeah, like once again, made by a wizard. Not made by a wizard. Not great. All right. So Goblin has the skills to fight this. So let's go ahead and pull up her sheet. She's got Goblin War skills and Barbarian skills. Let's see if Goblin War would pertain to this at all. So Goblin War is stabbing, biting, and spitting, and Barbarian's intimidation, athletics, and competitive eating. So I'm gonna say, yeah, this is from Wizard of the Coast. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3d6. I'm gonna say 3d6 for Goblin. 3d6 for Goblin. As she just takes her knives and wails at the big frog. Hey, there we go. She do got a success. Let's go ahead and roll that ass score as well. Let's roll that ass. Hey, and we got a success. We got a success. So like the big frog. Goblin's like, hey there. It's a shame you got in the way, because I really need that Midas hand, And one of us can make it out of this alive. And then immediately a big tongue latches at Goblin and just like pulls her into it and just goes. And all the party members stare. Like, oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh no. And then the frog begins moving its way to Gil specifically. And then all of a sudden the frog just like goes like as one of the eyes begins to bulge out wildly. And then suddenly you just see the eyeball pop out as a whole ass fist. A little tiny green fist is coming in, just like shaking itself from there, and it goes back in. And then suddenly a stab mark comes out of a part of the frog, and another, and another, and another, and another. And the frog is like thrashing and wailing, and you just hear just kind of like you hear like New Jersey squeals as just like more and more holes get punched over there. And she like rips out of it with this very final cut, because at the very last cut, a blade you don't recognize pierces through the skin. And you see Gil covered in like weird purple frog jelly that is not dissipating in the water at all. She is greased by all of this. However, she is carrying this like demonic looking fucking two-handed axe. You're like, hey, look what I found in there, right? Think this would fetch a pretty penny? It's like you can all kind of hear this murmur coming from the axe, like kill, 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 murder, kill, kill, murder, kill, maim, kill, murder, Flynn's kill, murder, 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 kill. And like it's just kind of always at like a very soft background hum. She's like, I don't know, I kind of like this one. And Goblin puts it on her back. Goblin now has I will say Goblin is probably no longer has a meat pie. I feel like she's probably eaten it by now, just like in one of those like lull moments where she's just like not really like kind of like when she was in the closet, like, yeah, there's food in there. Oh, you can kind of tell there's also a bit of frog in her mouth. There's a little bit of frog in her throat, if you will, as well. That do be a thing that is happening. So, also welcome back, Crichton. Welcome back, welcome back. The Goblin has just chewed her way, or not stabbed her way through a big evil demonic frog. Which is the frog. The frog do be croaking. Let's see if I can find. So let me see. All right. So eventually, like you guys kind of like past the frog, things kind of calm down a little bit. Like things are relatively peaceful. But like as you begin going down though, as you begin going down, the cave begins feeling hotter and hotter and hotter. As it's like it's to the point where it's like previously like you guys are like goblins, so the idea of being in cold water, while not ideal, is whatever. And it just slowly kind of just moves to like beyond like to like it almost feels like you're getting like slowly cooked. Like it's just kind of hitting like a lukewarm water. And there's like warm bath. And then it's like when you leave your sink on the heat for too long. And then now you're kind of getting to the point where everyone is like vaguely uncomfortable, where it's like beginning to actually kind of hurt. But once it reaches that point, no, I mean everybody is wearing clothes except for Gil, who is not wearing clothes. But that was an accident. That was an accident. As you finally reach the final room of the cave, there's other rooms in this cave as well, but also thanks to the help of thanks to the help. I mean, stuff happened. It's fine. Thanks to the help of Ronald. Thanks to the help of Ronald. You guys managed to avoid some of like what would be dead ends, but you come to a final room. The room is like, well, everything else has been a cavern. It eventually kind of turns into a room made entirely of glass. On all sides is lava. And on the center of at the center, also too, like once you kind of enter this room, like through the door as well, it is dry. There is no water in this glass room at all. And like for some reason, the strange door that is like holding it up, as soon as you open the door, like it's almost like the water magically stops at the door. And when you step out of it, it's just completely dry. So yes, you do see the a chest in a room made entirely of glass on all sides, surrounded by lava. What will you do? What is the plan? What's the plan, crew? Said a room is entirely made of glass. You know, typically, glass is not particularly strong, but you also don't know if there's anything fucky going on with this glass. You don't know if anything's fucky is going on with this glass at all. Rick, no, we're not Rick. Rick Sanchez will not show up to save the day. I would rather end the stream now than that happen. When you ask the axe for wisdom, you do see a what's it called? You do see like the axe is like kill, murder, maim, kill. Goblin's like, you got some good points there, Axe. So for testing the shiny rock, since you are the gob boss, Gorbo is like, well, I don't want to endanger any of my friends. So maybe it would be a good idea to like test the structural integrity, because like worst case, if they don't get the treasure, they still live, right? And you can always get more treasure. So she does have a shiny rock, which she does carefully yeet into the room. Oh, Oh, okay. Upset, upset, upset. Never mind. So it looks so now Kavan's the boss, and I'm assuming Goblin will now take the kind of like protagonist role at the moment. Um so when you say test the axe, who do you want to test the axe on specifically? Who are you testing it on? Are you Goblin side? Are you going to use it on R- Ronald, your pirate friend, who hopes to someday wed, marry, and fill at least 8 babies into giblets? Who is going to be the bearer, or do you want to hit the axe against the glass and see what will happen? Do you wish to do that as well? What's the plan? What's the plan? What are you testing the axe on? There are options. There are fucking options. Axe versus the lava. All right. So Goblin isn't what you would call has the strongest mental fortitude. And at this point, she's like, I can like this axe seems fine, but then suddenly, like a voice in her head is like, hey, you should test the axe on the lava. And she's like, you know what, boss? Yeah, I should do that. I should do that for some reason. And like while the rest of everybody is like, I'm gonna think this out. Goblin is like fucking takes like a big windmill spin slam and just stabs that axe into the fucking wall. So let's go ahead and roll. Let's go ahead and roll some shit real quick. Let's roll some shit. All right. All right. And then let's roll an ass. Goblin is she got ask a 2 or 3. She got ask a 2. There we go. Let's see. Okay, okay. So it is successful. It is successful. So when you stab the glass with the axe, it leaves a hole in the wall where the axe is. But you kind of notice that the lava isn't pouring in. The lava isn't pouring in just yet, which is odd because by all accounts, it really should. It really should be pouring in. Uh, like right, like Ronald is like, "Arr, I don't know why ye be doing that, but that do be mighty strange. That do be mighty strange." Who would you want to investigate the strange crack? Goblin's like, "R." No, Goblin doesn't go R. Goblin be like, "Yeah, this is mighty suspicious. We should be dead by now." And then Gil's like, "Yeah, wait, why did you do that?" And even Gil is like, I mean, Gil does have nature. Fuck it, you can have Gil to take a look. You can have Gil take a look. She do got a big ass. And then let's go ahead and roll the ass roll as well. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill out some shapes. Let's go ahead and fill out some shapes. Let's fill out some shapes in here. So hello, Tsutsugi! Welcome, everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome! If you do not know me, I am Howard the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And today, we are playing the hit role-playing game with chat. You need to look up short stacks. You're welcome. You should have been doing that anyway. Oh yeah, but everyone does not know. Like I said, I'm playing the game Goblin with a Fat Ass. It is a role-playing game by the creator of Lancer and Kill 6 Billion Demons and Icon and a couple of other like pretty big things in general comic and tabletop spheres. And he put this game out as a joke, and I'm running it. Currently, everybody is trying are like pirate goblins. We got a paladin goblin. We got a barbarian goblin. We got a thief goblin with a huge. They actually have a stat called ass, and we have a bard goblin. And they're currently trying to steal the hand of Midas. The famous gold touch. Hmm. So Gil for some reason, it's like Gil is like, because Gil was blessed by a nymph, she's like reasonably knowledgeable about like nature things, like kind of a little bit of mysticism nonsense, whatever. And what she's seeing is that like if basically the whole entire thing is rigged so that like if you don't open the chest just right, the glass is like it's like illusionary. It's like it's effectively like magical glass. If the chest isn't open right, it would fade out and then the room would sort of fill with lava and harden in, sort of trapping anyone inside. Because Goldhook don't want nobody taking his magic hand. Um, so however you want to go about trying to open up the chest, you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful about this. But also kind of she's also kinda gets the same idea that if you remove the chest from this room, the same thing will happen. So the chest needs like, so if you would've tried to move the chest without finding this out in advance, like if you would've just been like, "Let's just take the chest with us," the trap would have activated. So right now you're aware of how the trap works, and, you can try to go for it. You do know that, like, as Gil is probably also very well suited to actually when it comes to actually Gorbo could probably dispel it with magic. Like pray the trap away. Which is no, don't take that out of context. But like Gorbo also does have the ability to treat her ass as one. You are filling up the chaos clock very quickly. Um, However, Gil also has a lot of natural like thievery skills that would be good here. Her ass is huge though, so the clapping of her ass might bring on the end of the mission. So you have some difficult choices at hand. You could try to also hit it with the demon axe, but you don't know what the fuck will happen then. Probably not great, but it is an option. It do be an option for that. Giblets is pretty smart, but she's like more social smart, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Giblets might have some other. Let's see what Giblets actually has on her sheet, just to 100 be sure. So she's a very leisurely. So she's good at like charisma, wine, fashion, um performance, alcohol. Yeah, her skill set is kind of useless in this portion. She was really kind of like up top was her chance to shine, and she's definitely done that. She has definitely done that. You could have her go for it. I mean, she's not like the worst choice, really. Goblin might be the worst choice, but I mean, that's still a potential option. That's still a potential option. Let's see. Was the best chance? I think probably with Gil's role, you probably know that maybe using magic might be the best way to kind of like magic to cancel out magic. That would probably give you the safest result because if the magic fails, it won't it won't dispel the trap. Like effectively, if like the magic roll fucks up, it won't cause everything to collapse. It'll just not work. She'd bagged herself a husband. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe Giblets might be getting slowly smitten for Ronald. We don't know that. Magic must defeat magic. All right, let's do that. Let's see if we can let's have Gorbo. Gorbo prayed to Jesus once. Maybe Jesus saves twice. Let's find out. Let's find out. Also, what's up, Nitro? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was looking for the 100 stretch. I'm just gonna stretch regular style right now. Another option. Gorbo can have her ass treated as one, which means less chances of wild criticals, but less chances of the clock going up. What do you all think? Should Gorbo use her ass of yeah, how about let's do this. Let's roll the regular roll. Let's roll the regular roll. So roll 2d6. She's got a success. She's got a success. Now, do you want to do you wish to go with the full might of an ass of 4 for potential other benefits? Or would you like to use Gorbo's tight ass paladin's tricks to use an ass score of 1 for minimal chaos? Do you want max chaos or min chaos effectively? Yeah, that's true. You know, we can put this to a group vote. We'll put this to a group vote. All right, let's see. New poll. Let's just say, can I say ass? Can I say ass level? Oh, hold on. An ad is about to start soon. Max ass, min ass. There we go. I love democracy. I love the republic. All right. So I want to make sure that this poll does not go on during the actually, hold on. Can I think I can delay it. I think I can delay it and add real quick. Snooze ads. Let's try that. All right. Ads have been snoozed for 5 minutes. Okay. This is good. This is good. All right. New poll. Let's say ass level max ass and then min ass. There we go. All right. Let's try that. We got 1 minute. Let's fucking party. The poll is up. 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 All right, we got one for max ass. All right, some of these were the debate of going minor or going major. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right, there we go. There we go. Looks like currently max ass is in the lead by a pretty big margin. I mean, I guess it is a goblin game, so go big or go home. Is probably yeah. I don't see min ass turning it around. I do not see min ass. Oh, definitely not. No. Yeah, no half-assing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll her ass because unless there's suddenly like 6 curmudgeons show up. Okay, there we go. Everything is fine. Let's go ahead and increment that little counter. Yeah, exactly. Go big or go dead. That's the goblin way. So she takes out her holy symbol of Jesus, her holy symbol of Jesus, and Gorbo goes like, "Oh, Jesus, please, like the many layers." I don't know why I'm fixated on the onion part of this. Like the many layers of the onion. Could you peel away the layers of this trap to help us out? He's like, Gorbo, okay. And then suddenly you just see like from Gorbo's holy symbol, which I guess I'm just gonna lean in. It's just an onion. It's just an onion holy symbol. A bright, blinding light shoots out and just like laser beams the chest, which then clicks open, and then you are left. You are left with the glowing object. Oh, 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 oh. The hand of King Midas, a perfectly mummified hand, is now just kind of dramatically floating in the air. Weird music you're hearing for some reason. The ho 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 ho. Everybody looks around to see where the music comes from. They have no idea. They have no idea where it's at. Well, they don't have mage hand necessarily. That's the thing, though. Then eventually, after the dramatic reveal, the hand like slips back into the it slips back into the chest. So you don't have any. You do have 2 knives. You do have 2 knives that you can use. You have a short knife and a long knife. In theory, Goblin could stick the knife, one of the knives, into the hand, which would work. You do also have Gil's cloth, yeah, but you also you're aware that anything that touches the hand will turn to gold. So you have to be very, very careful on what you like wrap it with or whatever. What kind of hold on a sec. Oh yeah, giblets. Let's see. Oh, you just want to look for giblet stuff. She has. Let's see what kind of tape she does. Yeah, she does have tape, I think. She has. Let's see. It's just tape. Let's just assume duct tape. You know what? Giblets is a classy lady. She's got a roll of the gray stuff in her pocket. In case you ever need that. So you do have duct tape. You do have duct tape, which is a thing you can do. All right, see. You could tape. What's it called? Let's see. If she had a bottle of vodka, she could have a makeshift med kit. Actually, Snowfall, unironically, she does. She does have a bottle of liquor. She does have a bottle of really, really strong liquor. Yeah, you do have a hat, a rope, and duct tape. So yeah, that's the thing you could do is you could try to what's it called? You you could dump it into the hat and then tape, yeah, you can then you could tape, like, the rope around the hat to make, like, a little basket. Yeah, that's a thing you could do. That seems to be the plan from what I understand. I think that's gonna be the plan. I let me see who would be probably the best one for putting that together. Yeah, the Operation Basket Hat is underway. Ba-ba-da-ba. Let me see who would probably be the best at that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I don't think anyone is specifically skilled in. Oh, wait a minute. Paladin, technically Gorbo has skills in armor care, which, like, I don't know. This is kind of like a crafting adjacent skill. I can give it to Gorbo. I think I can give it to Gorbo. Gorbo will need to roll because like, even though this is a good plan, this is a good plan which is going to give you guys a bonus die to make it real. Gorbo, there are still goblins. There's still goblins at the end of the day, and the best of intentions don't necessarily always go through. Okay, however, success has been reached. Um, I'm going to roll ass roll, and everyone's been pretty open. Everyone's pretty open about using Maxim ass. So we're gonna roll ass again. Oh, okay. So the 1 and the 6 cross each other out, and the 6 succeeds. So basically, Gorbo does the plan. She also like flattens the hat and like has the rest of the crew like hold the hat to keep it flat and open. She then just kind of gently like wiggles the box so it pours in hand out. And that like as soon as the hand, even at any angle, like touches it, the hat immediately turns gold. Like it's just boom, solid gold hat. Then the rope and the tape are used around it to the point where you have like effectively the hand is nudged in the hat pretty well where it won't slip out. And you can kind of like poke people with it. You can kind of poke people with the hand as like a weapon. All right. So you do have, okay, so you now have the Hand of Midas, which is in convenient weapon format, which is being wielded by Gorbo. Gorbo is now wielding it. So now it seems pretty straightforward. The rest of the crew is like begins to like everyone's like yeah we got the hand yeah we got the hand, and like Giblets and Ronald are kind of like making eyes at each other. Giblet, like, Ronald, as far as pirates go, he cuts a good figure. He's kind of got that like scruffy older like kind of like scruffy dad vibe going on, where he's not like all like mangy and whatnot. He's kind of like reasonably shaved. He's got like a scar, but a cool scar, you know. He's there's a reason you guys went for him as a seduction target, and not like the man who's like mostly tobacco juice as a person. And you get to the rope. You get to the rope for the elevator, and you all notice the rope is cut. The rope is cut, leaving all of you down there, which is very suspicious. As in, somebody might have realized what's going on. You don't see anyone when you look up, but it's also very, very, very dark. Also very, very dark. Go ahead. Which, I mean, as goblins, you guys can see pretty well in the dark, so it's not like a huge dealio, more or less, but just kind of like that's what's going like that's just this is kind of what's going on. So let me see. So what do you want to do? How do you all wish to climb your way up through all of this? Goblin's pretty athletic overall. Like, and you do have, I mean, you don't have the rope from her personal stash. You do have the cut rope though. If you would like to tie the rope to her and then have her kind of like shimmy her way up as a thing you could do. Well, no, like you guys have the cave system is full of water. Once you get back to the elevator, that's when you're kind of going back into the ship. That's when you're kind of reaching that kind of area. So like you could have Goblin kind of be your like little mountain climbing thing. You could attempt to, I don't know, you could try to do like a weird group roll where you're all like kind of like back to back and kind of like pressing your way up the elevator. That could also be an option. I would vote for Goblin to do sick wall jumps. That seems pretty like that seems pretty fair, you know. That seems pretty legit. That seems pretty legit. All right, let's go ahead and pull up. Goblin actually does have very good physical stats as well, so this should actually be like a pretty solid roll for the most part. All right, so let's do 3d6, and that succeeds. Let's roll a S roll. All right, there is another. There is another little bit of the pie. You're down to 3 more entries on the chaos clock. 3 more entries on the chaos clock. So, like, Goblin begins climbing her way up, and you all, the rest of you, including Ronald, have the rope tied around her. And surprisingly, she can lift everybody with just her, like, she's small, but she's built like a brick shit house. She's not a short stack. She's just like a fucking tiny, well-oiled machine of muscle and goblin. And the thing though is Goblin is not what I would say a subtle lady. So like as she's climbing, she's just like laughing and hollering and grunting. She's like, "Arr, arr," just like making like feral animal noises. And you kind of get the feeling that as all of you are coming up, everybody on the ship knows. Everybody on the ship knows that you are climbing up the elevator. It is very loud. It is so goddamn loud. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. But it's working. It's working. Let me see. It is working. Let me see. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I can find a picture real quick. I don't know why. There's something about using stock images that so obviously mention their stock images that I find infinitely funny. All right, let's go ahead and remove that. Oh god, god damn it! Hold on. Oh nope, 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 nope. Oh, and then let me get the let's get the fancy ball back. Oh no, the clock's gone. Fuck. Can I like undo that? This is fine. This is fine. You know, we'll just do it like this. We'll do it like this. Here we go. Excellent. Excellent. We'll just do it like that so there's just the natural white of the background on there. That's fine. That's fine. All right, we'll do it like this. So as you all exit the elevator, I'm very rusty on Roll20. I think it's just because I'm weirdly enough, I am used to OBS a lot more than Roll20. So a lot of things that I used to do in OBS than Roll20 and Roll20, I'm doing in OBS now, which means that my OBS skills have fucking deteriorated a lot. So there's a little bit of jet going on there. All right. So all of you climb out the elevator back to the only really area you guys kind of know where it's at, which is like the one leading to the ballroom. And one thing that you see a lot of are guards. All of them with these big these like big kind of like at the time, which would be like fancy Victorian era tech, like guns pointed at all of you. And then stepping out from behind them is this pirate motherfucker. He looks mean as all hell. He's got a gold peg leg. He's got a gold hook. He's got a gold pistol. He's got a gold saber. All of his braids, he has many beard braids. All of them have a gold ring around them. If you look at his eyes are almost golden brown. This is Gold Hook. And he's like, "Arr, I see ye be taking something that belongs to me, lasses. And Ronald, of course you of all people would fall to the allure of the green snapper. Ye I will be dealing with myself later, for traitors will always walk the plank." And Ronald be like, "Arr, but boss, I be fallen in love with this here Miss Giblets. So if I walk the plank, the man in love, so be it." And Giblets is like, "Wait, what?" "What? Not that? What? Huh?" Because like Gil must have been kind of like, oh, he's kind of like a handsome lad, whatever. And it's just like, she's in love with me? What? Not the. I just like to dance a lot. And then like a couple of the, like three of the guards train their guns on Ronald. And then Goldhook turns to the rest and be like, give me the hand, and I will make sure that when they torture you back in Tortuga, that they'll do it quick. If not, will be riddled with bullet holes, but I will make sure that you suffer for many, many years to come. What do, party? What do? He hasn't turned his actual beard gold though, because that would be a little bad. Consult the axe. Well, when you consult the axe goes, kill, murder, kill, murder, kill, murder, kill, 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 murder, die, die, kill, kill, murder, kill, 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 aim, kill, 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 kill. So that's what the axe says, you know, as it does, as the axe does. Goblin could go for a glorious, just like Hail Mary, dive into the middle. Would you all wish to follow the axe? Would you all like to axe Goldhook a question? Would you like to do that? That's a thing you can do. That's a thing you can do. All right. You could do that. You could also, like Snowfall saying, you could attempt to try to do something tricksy with the hand. So I think I'm gonna do another poll real quick. What do? Ask him a question. Or maybe more like tricky hand nonsense. There we go. We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll like that. There we go. This is a big peg faces for everyone. I guess once you carve off someone's face, they do need a peg face. Are ye faces be submissive and peggable? I hate myself so much. All right, there we go. Oh, okay. It looks like Trixie Hand Nonsense is actually winning, surprisingly. Surprisingly. It do be going on. It do be going on. All right. I'm surprised. I thought murder would be happening, but no, everybody's looking to do some tricksy ass nonsense. And in that case, when it comes to tricksy ass nonsense, I think Gil is probably kind of like the best one to handle that. Yeah, you're like, you know what? It's like, you know what, Axe? I don't know. I didn't feel the heart in there. So I think you are wildly surrounded. Gil is good at this kind of thing, so we're gonna do a 2d6 for her roll because I think Gil's like, I think I got this, and she just kind of like grabs the hand from Gorbo, because that is what she do. All right, so now let's see what that ass roll. Let's see what that ass be doing. Ooh, okay. All right. So what happens? Gil takes it from Gorbo, and all of them basically all of them kind of like look at her, like, and then she kind of does like she's also completely naked at this point, which is like they're distracted. They're very distracted right now. So she kind of grabs it and she does like she's like, oh, here you, I'm sorry, Mr. Goldhook. And she kind of does like she does like a little wobble, which normally you would think is like some like ditzy bimbo shit. And then she like grabs him by the leg and like points the hand hat at his leg. And she's like, all right, you fuckers, if any of you do anything, I'm going to make him gold. Back off, back the fuck off. And everyone's like, that came out of Gil? And then like all the men are like, oh god, we can't shoot our boss. And then Goldhook be like, all right, okay, Missy, no reason to do anything rash, no anything to be rash. She's like, put the fucking guns down, and then she's like, you heard her, drop the guns, drop the guns. They'll drop the guns. She's like, all right, back the fuck off, back the fuck off. And they do that, and then she just kind of looks at the rest of you. All right, everyone, come over here, and like. Like Ronald is just like sheet white as he just kind of like hides a little bit behind Giblets, and then she's like, "All right, has she been like that the whole time?" Giblets is like, "I've never seen her do that. I've never seen her do that before. But you know, there's a reason we keep her around." And all of the guards are slowly backed off to the wall, and then all of you are beginning to inch your way outside, like right to the door of the house. And like you're to the point where like as you're leaving the house, and like at this point, there's no subtlety to this option right now. Oh, you can't take the guns, yeah. So all of you have a gun. They're very big because you're all very small, but all of you do have. No, they have like pistols. They have like the pistols are still very large. They're not going to be like super primo. Ronald can hold the pistols pretty confidently, though. Ronald can hold them pretty confidently. So all of you begin creeping out, like guns and hand pointed at Goldhook, as you slowly back up and inch your way out of the property. Just slowly back up, and then you're outside again, where you originally started. And the guards outside are like, "What the fuck? That's not good." And the crowd who is outside, because there's, like I said, there's always a crowd out there because that's a fritzy house. They are losing their mind because this is the kind of shit that like in ye old days when something like big and stupid and on fire or like a big public like kerfluffle happened, that was the talk of the town. That's TV, baby. That's the YouTubes. That's your twitch.tv/Halbernacht. No, they got pistols. They got like pirates. They're still good. I guess for goblin size. So you're inching your way out of the building. The guards do not want to take a stab. However, the big thing right now, though, is like just because Goldhook doesn't want to die, and his guards don't want Goldhook to die, you are currently in a pirate city, and all of them would really fucking love a magic. They don't know. I guess they don't know about the Midas hand. They do see you carrying around a hat with an old shriveled hand in it, but the hat is also solid gold, so they might want to get in on that as well. So what is the plan to sort of like disperse the crowds? You got your good friend Giblets, who does have bard skills. She could do there's like a bard technique. Where you can you could what's it called? You could actually, if she rolls ass, she can distract an entire crowd, like a large group for 1 minute. That's a thing you could do. That's also another option. Like some people will go for the golden side. The other ones you can. It will, like, by saying that, it will make this a little easier. Like you're gonna have to make less rolls to convince them. So moon the entire crowd. I mean, that's what bard shit's going on. Would you all like to roll ass for bard stuff to distract the crowd while the rest of them go to loot the ever loving fuck out of the place? Would that like to be the plan? Or you could listen to the axe and just begin ripping and tearing like fucking Doom Guy style through a bunch of pirates. That's also a thing you could do as well. You got options. What do you think? What do be the plan? What do be the plan? What do be the plan? Oh, you could do that as well. See, I think you could do that. You could distract by just like turning just random shit into gold. Or we can roll for that. I think Giblets would probably be the best crowd distraction. That's true. Let's see. Okay, you could probably, let's just say all of these plans are being combined at once. Like Gorbo, let's see, Gil will just turn random shit into gold, and then Giblets is gonna use the Song of Her People to kind of further like sing a shanty. So she's gonna roll. Hey, she rolled really good actually on ass. So here's the thing: Giblets is an opera singer. She likes to sing nice. She hates being a pirate, but at this point, like she looks over at Ronald with his rugged pirate dad bod, and she's thinking about it. She starts thinking about it, and then from the depths of her ass, aka her heart, she begins singing the wildest sea shanty you've ever heard about old Captain Goldhook's treasure that after he got outwitted by 4 goblins and a man, is now open for the taking. And one thing, pirates love a good shanty. They're gonna get clapping, they're gonna get stomping, they're gonna do both. I don't know if you can actually hear me stomping, but I am doing. I should probably not. I should probably not do that. That might knock something loose. So they begin singing and laughing and getting into it, and they begin rushing his fucking house. They begin rushing his fucking house, and anyone who gets distracted just gets like a little boop to like, oh hey, look, there's a stool, gold, and they're like, "Arr, a gold stool! I love this!" And they grab the gold stool, and they're very happy about it. Well, they try to grab it; it's very heavy. So all of you begin to like slip out. And while this is going on, like at this point, it's chaos. The entire town is pouring. Like at this point, you guys lose track of Gold Hook, who is just now being mobbed by a tidal wave of pirates that are just absolutely horny for gold. Like he's like, "I'll get you, goblin witches!" And she's just like buried by that. But at this point, you are all full sprinting to the docks. And because like at this point, everybody is gone because like there's like yeah sure there's like a couple of hired hands that would normally watch the docks and like the guy who took your docking fee, um, but free gold like it's a lot of gold. Everyone knows that Gold Hook is kind of like hella wealthy, so they're going for it. They're going for it, which leaves all of the ships open for business. All of the ships are available. Now, a lot of these ships are way too big for a crew of 5. However, I believe it's a schooner. It's like the little tiny boat. There we go. I think let's see. There's like a small ship. There we go. No, schooners might be too big. Or maybe, whatever. We'll just say schooner for now. No, yes, please fact check me later about pirate lore. I don't give a fuck. So all of you just kind of get in there, and then Ronald be like, "Arr, I mean, I do be somewhat of a sailor." So he just kind of takes the wheel, and the rest of you begin like cutting the rigging and everything, and begin like launching off. And you just see like one part just is like, "Hey, they're taking my ship," and then immediately just like people are just like grabbing furniture and stuff. Like even like the people who can't find gold in Gold Hook's house are still taking like ritzy furniture and like sausages and like some people are robbing the dandies at the moment because they could not give a fuck about them. The dandies and the ladies are not having a good time. They're just getting robbed. They're just getting robbed. And so into the distance sails the crew of Gorbo, Goblin, Gil, and Giblets. And like as they leave Tortuga behind, Giblets like Ronald scoops Giblets enough up and says like our Miss Giblets, if I may be so bold, may I ask ye for a kiss? Whole time. Let let's say Giblets kiss Ronald. Yes. No. All right. Do you reciprocate the love that short sack enthusiast Ronald has shown to the Goblin Bard Giblets? Oh, okay. We're getting 3 yeses, 4 yeses, 5 yeses. Oh, there we go. See, romance is not dead. Romance is not dead. It is alive and kicking. Excellent, excellent. And so I don't think there's gonna be a turn on for no. Romance haters stay losing. So like she's like, Well, I don't suppose one would hurt. And he goes in and they begin power kissing on the front. Hell yeah. Get married, get married, get married, get married. They all begin kissing on the deck. Gorbo has like, you know that thing what they do in like a lot of anime and stuff where you cover your hands, but you leave the little like spots in your hands open so you can peek through. Goblin just seems confused because she is so dense, she has no idea what's going on, but she likes her axe. And Gil is just kind of looking at the sun, just was not paying attention. Gil was not paying attention and is now just kind of like roughly covered with some just like ship netting. Uh, and it just kind of ends with a fade out as the crew sails into the sunset. Wow. So yeah, everybody, that was Goblin with a fat ass. Let's fucking go. So that was a lot of fun. I might do this again. It would be fun to kind of bring back the characters, honestly, just to have like a continuation of this. That would be a lot of fun, actually. Also, oh, Goody. Oh, unfortunately, you just missed it. We just wrapped up Goblin with a fat ass. I will do this again, though. I think I will do this again. I like running games for chat. I think this is fun. I could probably find a pirate model somewhere. At the very least, I think about it's a little tricky, but it's been good. It's been good. You have to ask a lot of questions and use a lot of polls. I think at the very least, I kind of want to. I think I'm going to try to see if I can find a good 3D print for a pirate, and then get giblets in the pirate and paint them tomorrow. I think I'm going to do that. Unless my print fails, I hope it doesn't. I hope my print doesn't fail, so I can make that happen. So yeah, and with that, let's go to the chatting screen, everybody. Also, thank you for coming, everyone. I had a lot of fun. I might be the first person to stream this game. Nobody has told me otherwise. Let's see, real quick. I just want to do a quick Google. If I go Goblin with a fat ass, is there a live play yet? No. I can get on that shit. Yeah, let's go. I gotta get this VOD cleaned up. I am groundbreaking HAL streams are real. Yeah, I'm glad all of you had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun. I haven't got to run a game on stream in a while, so this is a blast. So yeah, schedule wise. Also, let me go to this screen. Yeah, there we go. All right. Schedule wise. On tomorrow, I will be painting minis. I'm going to be painting probably Giblet, and Roddle. I have to find a cool looking pirate dude. On Thursday, in the Discord movie night, we are continuing the Lord of the Rings. Two Towers, baby. Hell yeah. And on what's it called? On Saturday, Mass Effect 3, as usual. And on Sunday, we'll be doing some more mini painting. I don't know what yet, but we'll do it. We're gonna do that shit. Gold Bullet, or you mean like Gold Hook, like the pirate guy? I don't know if I'm gonna do Gold Hook because he's just kind of a character. If I run this again, I might legitimately make him like a reoccurring antagonist because that might be a lot of fun. But yeah. I had a lot of fun, and let me see who is on right now. Who do be live? Who do be live? Let me see. All right, I'm gonna do the thing where I list off streams, see if you guys any of these sound cool. Let me see. Cursed 3, Fallout 3, or what's the last one? Or Dragon Quest Monsters. Which one of those sounds spicy? Do you want to do Fallout? You want to do Curse 3, or you want to do Dragon Quest Monsters? Which one of those streams seemed nice? Oh yeah, I don't think they have a model for him. I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice dude. Cursed, hell yeah. All right, let's go. So we'll go to VTuber, totally normal girl extraordinaire, Alice Sawyer. Let's go ahead and rate her. Alice is very cool. I played Necrotica with Alice a long time ago. She was a very fun player. She's also got, she's Actually, I think likes a lot of tabletop RPGs now I think about it. Alice is very cool. Everybody follow Alice. Anyway, I will catch all you nerds tomorrow. I gotta go hunting on my mini factory to get that nonsense going. So I will catch all of you nerds later. Bye bye nerds. Bye bye nerds. Bye bye.